along with my broadcast partner Tim Smith. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, as our the thing we play our music and our commercials on is being very finicky right now. This is Grapevine Mustangs football. We are on Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of the Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District is sponsored by Classic Chevrolet, First Colleyville Church, Prosperity Bank, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Bottle Cap Alley, Brown Chiropractic, Cryo Nation, Chip Mercer DDS with Fielder Park Dental. Our network sponsors are Energy Addict, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, LivingForZachary.org, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Grapevine Mustangs football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. You can find us on Twitter at Champion Sports, on Facebook at Champion Sports Radio, and on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio, and of course our website, championsportsradio.com. This is the First Colleyville Church pregame show. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith. And Tim, we're looking forward to a good evening. It's good evening of football. It's kind of warmed up this week, so it's getting a little extra dose of summer here in October, but the sun is already setting behind the press box here, so the field's already in the shade. Should be a fun night as the Mustangs look to go 3-0 in district.
I'm looking forward to it. We get another Grapevine team coming off a huge win last week, coming into a tough test tonight, and really looking forward to what we're going to see out of the two quarterbacks. It is a little bit warmer today than it was a week ago, but that'll only be a benefit for the offensive linemen and getting those legs warm and getting that big push up front.
Absolutely, and this Mustangs team is coming in now, having won 3 straight ball games. And they're trying to, again, stay in first place in the district at 3-0. This Southwest team, coming off of a pretty nice season last year, has had some struggles to the early part of the season. They are only 1-3 this season. They're 1-1 in district play, but that one win came via a forfeit because Trimble Tech had to cancel that game due to some issues in their locker room. But the interesting thing tonight for me is going to be see how, for Southwest especially, how this freshman quarterback plays.
Freshman quarterback, Rylan Carter, we're looking forward to him, and we don't have an exact size for him, but he looks like a bigger quarterback. We're told he's a really good athlete. He's been playing football his entire life, and he's ready for this moment. He's got, so far on the year, 3 touchdowns to just 1 interception. He is a little bit of a runner. He's got 1 fumble on the year. What I'm looking forward to is the defense from the Southwest Raider defense. They've been accountable for 8 turnovers already in the year. 5 did come in one game in their one victory, but they're able to get the turnover. If they can do that, they can keep this game close.
All right. Well, normally I would say we're going to try and take a break right now, but again, the tablet that we use to play all of our commercial spots is not cooperating with me at the moment. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you to the interview that I did with Southwest head coach Darren Franklin earlier this week, and we discussed kind of how things have been going this year with his team and talked about to him about what we expect to see tonight. Here is Southwest Raiders head coach Darren Franklin. Welcome back to the First Colleyville Church pregame show. Jacob Dedamore here, and right now I am joined by Southwest head coach Darren Franklin. Coach, you guys number of close games, haven't been quite able to get over the hump on a couple of them. What has been kind of the difference for you guys this season?
Just a lot of working with the calendar and working with just, different kids, new kids. We had a short summer, man. School ended on June 18th. So basically had pretty much July. And then, just kind of bringing in new kids, man, having a 9th grade quarterback and being able to get him up to speed on high school football. So, that's part of it. And then, just trying to find our way right now. I got a group of kids who have been with me for 3 years now. This being my 3rd season, and those guys understand my expectations. But at the same time, just holding them true to it and just continue to build every day.
Well, defensively, what I've noticed about you guys so far is your group has really been good, kind of ball hawking, really good at forcing turnovers early in this season. Is this more of a team mentality, or has fortune just been smiling your way maybe more than Chevrolet?
One thing about our kids and our coaches, again, this being my 3rd year, one of our values is extra effort. And our kids have really bought into the playing hard piece. So, it don't matter who we play. The mentality now is our kids know, all right, we're going to play hard. So that part, I think, has helped with the igniting the turnovers and just trying to play a real fast and physical type of game. That's a mentality deal that we're developing even on the offensive side of the ball, too. We challenge our offensive line to create knockback. and those guys are trying to do that. So, just defensively, man, it's just one of those deals where we have a lot of kids who are fast, who won the district championship in track, and there's a lot of kids in that Fort Worth district that can run. So, a lot of those kids play on defense. And there's just a mentality that we're developing here. We play real hard, and we win with speed, and we try to play as physical as possible.
Who would you consider the emotional leaders on the defensive side of the ball for your group?
I wouldn't necessarily say emotional-wise. That's one thing, man, that we really, since January, have really been trying to teach our kids, just the emotional control. So I wouldn't necessarily say emotional leaders, but some of the actual leaders on the defense, guys like Jalen Ferguson, who plays safety. Right now he's leading the team in tackles. Guys like Malachi Robinson, plays running back and linebacker. Travis Dykes is pretty vocal, cerebral type kid, gets the box lined up. So those three guys have shown some leadership qualities, especially with Travis being a 3-year starter and him understanding the game and what we're trying to get as far as the fits and things of that nature and communication.
On the offensive side, you're starting a freshman, as you said, at quarterback, number 17, Raylon Carter. One of the things I've noticed in just looking at his numbers is he's really been pretty accurate with the ball so far. It's got to be tough for a kid that young coming in and playing a leadership position. How has he handled everything so far this season?
But one thing about Raylon, man, he's been playing football pretty much all his life around the DFW area with some of the travel teams and things of that nature. So the football part of it is, he's always been the guy. So the charisma and the leadership aspect of getting kids to follow him, that's easy for him. Now it's just the speed of the game. And, that's probably the part where he's trying to improve the most, that, hey, man, you're not going to outrun those guys anymore. You're not going to be able to just run them over either. Some of those guys are 17, 18 years old. So it's been a challenge, what we expected. But one thing about him, he stepped up to the challenge. Offensive coordinator, Coach Davenport, is working closely with him, man. And right now, we're putting our kids in the best position for us to be successful and get ready for a really solid team in Grapevine, who I believe went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs, man. So, we're just trying to get ready for those guys.
It's got to help a little bit when you have a young quarterback like that to have some experienced guys around him. And Cindric Gilbert really has been doing a fantastic job for you running the ball, averaging almost 8 yards a carry. He's got a couple of senior wide receivers as well who have been playing solid ball for you. Does that help when you've got a young kid at the signal caller position?
Most definitely. Also on the offensive line, man, returning those guys, guys like Raymond Gorby, right guard, he's a 3-year starter. So he can direct the offensive line in any fronts that they see. And then, as you mentioned, with Cindric, it's a dynamic kid, man, multi-sport kid. He'll probably be either a starting basketball player or a 6-man. And he's just a well-rounded kid, man. Comes from a good family, doesn't say much. Humble young man, but he straps it on and he's ready to go. He's actually ventured over to the defensive side of the ball, too, and made some plays. Helped out last week with covering the receiver Silas from Creekview. And, without his range, I don't know that we've been able to hold that kid to one catch for -2 yards. So Cindric has impacted the game, man, every game. The first game, he had a 100-yard kickoff return. He's always going to tote the ball, catching the ball out the backfield. Now, he's on defense, making plays when we need him to.
Well, Grapevine fans can attest to how difficult a matchup Mr. Silas was, because they had some issues with him as well in the district openers because he's just such a huge kid. When you come into this game on Friday night against Grapevine, without obviously giving away anything proprietary, what would you think would be some keys to victory for your squad to get over the hump this week?
Most importantly, Jacob, is just, man, we got to have more positive plays than negative plays. That's been the focus over the last couple of weeks. The emotional control. Kids are so hungry. We're just continuing to teach them how to be good football players. And you do that by mastering the fundamentals of your position and playing real hard. So right now, man, we have too many penalties, and there are things that we can control. So that's why I said, number one is we have to have more positive plays than negative plays. We can't have 2 positive plays and then go backwards for 25 yards. And then relying on our defense to be able to create turnovers and stops to get the ball back in the hands of our offense. And then finally, man, I don't know if you were at the game last year, but, come down to special teams also. We felt like Grapevine made some game-changing plays on special teams last year. Return of a kickoff by the young man, number 4. I know he's returning. And then we also had a miscue on pump protection. There was a pump block. that helped to change the game also. So for us, man, it's just got to better have more positive plays than negative plays, get some momentum and some rhythm going early on offense. And on defense, man, with Grapevine having 2 quarterbacks and multiple running backs, just being able to stop the run and see where we go from there.
All right, Coach. Well, it was certainly an exciting game last year. We're expecting another fun one here on Friday night. So we really appreciate your time. Thank you, and good luck in the game.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
That's head coach of Southwest High School, Darren Franklin. We'll be back with more of the First Colleyville Church pregame show. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Pain, soreness, or inflammation? Do you want to? This is Josh Brown, owner of Cryo Nation in Grapevine and official cryotherapy provider for our Mustangs. Are you dealing with pain, soreness, or inflammation? Do you want to recover faster? Are you trying to lose weight, tighten, tone, firm the skin? Do you want to sleep better and have more energy? Then you need cryotherapy. In just 3 minutes of cryotherapy, you can accomplish all this and more. Recover faster, look incredible, live your best life. Try cryotherapy today at Cryo Nation in Grapevine for only $15. Get cold, not old.
Customers all across Texas are upgrading for less at Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine. With a Classic deal, it's easy to trade up and possibly lower your payments. New Chevys arriving daily. Others might, but Classic never, and I mean never, charges more than MSRP. That's Texas true pricing. 800 pre-owns on the ground. Just a few clicks to buy online with our Easy Pass. A Classic deal is here. Waiting could cost you.
Classic Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
At First Colleyville, we believe that church is a place where anyone can find connection, purpose, hope, and community. From an engaging kids ministry to a high-energy student ministry, and from compelling weekend experiences to in-depth adult ministry studies, our goal is to lead every generation to know and follow Jesus. If you're looking for a church home, we would love to invite you to check out all we have going on. For service times and directions, visit firstcolleyville.com, and we will see you this weekend.
Hey North Texas, come on by Bottle Cap Alley in Grapevine. We're newly renovated and now a full-service restaurant. Bottle Cap offers all your favorites like hand-breaded catfish and savory brisket nachos. Or sink your teeth into a juicy certified Angus beef burger. You're sure to find what you like at Bottle Cap Alley. Our hearts are warm and our drinks are cold, so whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you. Bottle Cap Alley on Highway 114 and 26.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine, 800 pre-owns. All Classic certified for peace of mind that could mean a lower payment. Trade your car today online with their Easy Pass. They're paying top dollar. Find new roads.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
Welcome back to the First Colleyville Church pregame show. Jacob Dedamore here. I'm joined by Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. Coach, everybody had to have been feeling happy after that big win on homecoming night against Poly. Everybody, especially after the game, really seemed to be enjoying themselves down there. I think what we noticed up in the booth was, A, you got to play a whole lot of kids on Friday, And what seemed to us to be is that everybody who got in there really took advantage of those reps on the field and were giving quality reps and quality effort in the game.
Absolutely. And there's no doubt. I told the guys at halftime, because everybody wants to know, like, what do you say at halftime when you're up 42-7 or whatever it was? And, and I said, well, I told our guys, good news is you're going to win your homecoming game. Like, that's going to happen. I said, but that's not important. I said, really, what's more important to me right now is how we win the second half, because we're going to go out. We're going to play the ones, the first two series. We're going to play two series this third quarter. Whatever happens, happens, and then we're moving on. And everybody's going to play in this game, regardless of when you cross that white line. What I want to see is the same level of intensity and execution. And, man, you hit on it. I mean, didn't matter who we put in. They all played really, really well. Heck, our two defense, they played as well as the one defense did it or better. And we're flying around, playing very intense football. Offensively, I was really proud of our offensive line. The number twos, they came in and executed, weren't turning people loose on our blocking schemes, and, just kind of kept on rolling where we left off. So I was proud of that.
A couple of the kids that really kind of drew our attention, and it was on offense specifically, obviously getting brought up to the roster this week was Reed Watkins, the running back, due to the injury situation. We thought he really ran hard and played very well. And also wide receiver, Terrence Ramirez really kind of stood out in that second half. What were your thoughts on those two young men?
Yeah, those two are really different. Reed, first off, I mean, Reed's been a huge surprise, honestly. Reed wasn't even a running back when we started fall camp. He was a JV wide receiver. And we had two injuries at running back on the JV back during the scrimmage early in the year. And we were kind of scrambling to, what we're going to do on the JV as far as running back goes. So we just kind of grabbed Reed and said, hey, let's come over here, because at his position at wide receiver, we had a lot of depth. Never anticipated seeing what we've seen out of him, honestly. But he has a natural knack for hugging his blocks, keeping his feet moving, has good vision. I mean, you can imagine now, what he was doing in the JV games. He was really, really being productive in the JV games, which allowed us to move him up to the varsity, and then he just kind of kept doing it. So really proud of him. And then Terrence. So background on Terrence. Terrence is a Division I basketball player, okay? Terrence is committed to the University of Texas at Arlington to play basketball. Did not play his freshman year. His sophomore year, he came out to football midway through the year, played on the JV, was really good. And then his junior year, he went to a prep school in California. All the while, his mom still lives here right close to the school, but he was going to a prep school in California. When they got shut down for COVID, he came back, went to school here last semester. And then right here at the end of the summer, he came to me and said, hey, Coach, I think I want to play football my senior year. Well, here's the long and short of it. If Terrence plays football his whole high school career, he's probably a Division I receiver. He just had some gaps, that he had to overcome from August to now, but he's really coming on. What you saw him do in the end zone, catching that high point ball and scored a touchdown. I got video evidence that he had his foot in. I don't know how we missed that one, but they did. He's got a lot of upside. He can really help us down the stretch in the playoffs, I believe. And so it was good to see him kind of get going.
We're at the midway point of the season now. You guys have won 3 in a row, 2-0 in district play. It is very week to week with the way you have to kind of look at the team. But as you look at things now at the midway point of the regular season, how are you assessing how this team is coming along, considering everything they've been dealing with?
Well, we're having some really good practices, Jacob. We feel like we get a lot out of our practice time, especially in the situation we're in. We're doing a whole lot of good on good stuff during practice. So our Monday, Tuesday, we have about 30 minutes dedicated to just getting after each other, one offense against one defense in situational football. And, that can be really beneficial as long as we can stay healthy. Anytime you're in practice and you're going full tilt, good on good, you always run that risk of getting somebody dinged up. But we feel like for us, we have to keep doing that right now. And it's really paying off. I think we're getting better on both sides of the ball. I really start evaluating our defensive line and linebacker play compared to where we were a year ago. I think we're further ahead right now than where we were a year ago in the season. So I was really proud of our defensive linemen last week and how they performed, and hopefully we'll keep moving in that direction.
Coming up on Friday night, you've got this game down at Clark against Southwest High School, a team that is coming off of a playoff season last year, had a winning season. This year, they've had some struggles where it seems like they've had competitive games outside of one, but they just haven't quite been able to get over the hump. They're 1-3, but it seems like, especially when you look at kind of what they've done in the individual games, their record doesn't quite really show how talented of a team they actually are. What have you seen out of the Raiders when you've looked at them on tape?
I think you just articulated it really well. I think they are a team that can be scary. They have a lot of athletic guys that they can get the ball to. Defensively, they're violent. They'll run around and hit you. I really respect Coach Franklin as a head coach. I think he does a really good job over at Southwest. And you're right. I mean, they haven't put together a complete game yet. And hopefully we'll get a good one on Friday night. You know, I'd love for this game to be competitive. I think it will be. They have a lot of pride, especially playing at home. I think they'll do a good job. And, you know, we don't forget that a year ago when we played these guys, I think we were down 17-7 at halftime. You know, end up coming back and playing a really strong third quarter and winning the game. But, man, they got a lot of pride and they got some good players and they'll be ready.
And, you know, after this week, you're going to have a Thursday game next week out in downtown Fort Worth against Northside. What is that like for you guys at the high school level, especially when you have to work on a short week like this?
You know, you got to simplify some stuff. You know, that'll be a week where you're not going to see a lot of new install, and it's going to be particularly hard on us. Next week's going to be a weird week on campus, too. We won't have school Monday. It's Columbus Day or whatever, and so there's no school Monday, which we'll still practice. But then Wednesday of next week, we're not going to be able to practice on Wednesday because we're having the PSAT and SAT given on our campus. So that means no morning practice before school, which is when we typically practice. And then after school, that's JV game day. And we're actually hosting 3 sub-varsity games next Wednesday on our campus. So our freshman B team will play at 4, freshman A team will play at 5:30, JV will play at 7. So there's just really no place for us to practice our varsity. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to have a Monday, Tuesday practice and then play a game on Thursday next week. So it'll have to be a really concise game plan. And I told our guys earlier this week, I said, listen, we have a 2-week business trip. You know, we're playing 2 quality opponents in the next 2 weeks and one of them on a short week. This is work week. We got to get stuff done and we got to go take care of business and make sure we're 2-0 coming out of that thing.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jacob.
That's Coach Mike Alexander. We'll be back with more of the First Colleyville Church pregame show. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know...
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
Pushing to make it there. I'll run this left hand and
Mustang football. Rustlers and cheerleaders and billies in fall. Sundown in Texas, this is Mustang football. Pregame tailgates, Bobby Blue is in the air. Living our dreams through this Mustang DNA we share. Game day clocks and whistles ready at the go. No question about it, cause it's football, you know. Bam and the Mac, Coach A's air attack. There's bells and a band sound. Big D sacks on money down. Rustlers and cheerleaders and billies in fall. Sunset in Texas, this is Mustang football. Sun's down in Texas, living it up in the fall. The lights are heating up now, this is Mustang football.
This is Mustang football.
Welcome back to Clark Stadium here in Southeast Fort Worth. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith as we are just about to get things started. The national anthem was just played. The Southwest Raiders won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Grapevine Mustangs will start on offense tonight. So let's give you those starters for the Mustangs on offense. We'll start with the studs up front. At left tackle, senior number 53, Drake Beckwith. At left guard, number 71, junior Travis Mason. At center, number 73, junior Cy Owen. At right guard, Drake's twin brother, Dylan Beckwith, number 55. He's also a senior. And at right tackle, number 74, junior Max Livingston. Starting at tailback tonight will be the junior, number 4, Parker Polk. We do expect to see senior Caleb Tejada, number 3, in the game tonight in some form or fashion on limited carries. We believe junior Colt Mercer will be starting at quarterback tonight, but we expect to see the senior, number 14, Walker Berryman, play as well. At your two starting outside wide receivers, the X position and the Z position, senior Drew Vi, number 12, will be at the X, and at the Z, junior Caden Cook, number 7. Your slot receiver position at the H, that is sophomore number 17, Sammy Kelly. And at the Y position is number 18, Hank Miller.
All right, and we're going to get to the Raiders starting defense. They're going to play a 3-3-5. At the defensive line, we have junior number 70, Timothy Jackson. We have freshman number 54, Andrew Pena, and then we have sophomore number 80, Roy Williams.
And we'll give you the rest of those defensive starters here in just a moment as the Raiders are about to kick things off to the Grapevine Mustangs. Back deep for the Mustangs to receive, and it was an onside kick to start it off. The ball is still rolling. It didn't quite go 10 yards. And Grapevine jumped on it at the Southwest 49, so Southwest with a little trickery to try and start this game tonight.
Trying to get some early momentum. It kind of backfires, gives the Mustangs good field position. Let's go to the linebackers very quickly. We have the sophomore, number 24, Jonathan Segovia. We have number 21, the senior, Caleb Smith, and the senior, number 3, Travis Dykes. We'll get to the secondary as soon as we can.
And it is going to be Colt Mercer starting tonight under center with Parker Polk as the tailback. Colt Mercer on the season, only 9 for 13 passing for 148 yards and a couple of touchdowns, but he's done some work on the ground as well with 131 yards rushing and a couple of scores. Snap back, handoff up the middle, inside the Southwest 45 down to the 43. That is Parker Polk taking the handoff there. So a nice gain to start things off, a gain of 6 down to the Southwest 43. Again, that onside kick just didn't roll 10 yards for Southwest, and Grapevine jumped on it before it got to 10 yards. Snap back, little quick throw out to Kelly inside the 40. He's got blocking down the sideline, inside the 30, down to the 25, and tackled down there. Nice little bubble screen out to the slot receiver, Sammy Kelly. Got a great block from Drew Vi on the outside. And the Mustangs are now down inside the 25 to the 23, a gain of 20 on the catch and run to Sammy Kelly. Quickly lining up, 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right with Polk in the backfield. Snap back, hand off to Polk. going up the middle, now breaking off right tackle inside the 20, down to about the 15. We'll see where they officially mark this. Looks like they're going to mark him officially down at the 17-yard line. So that's a gain of 6 on first down for Parker Polk, as the Mustangs are very quickly on the move here in this first quarter on this opening drive. They're lining up quickly. Now getting almost an inverted pistol. Snap back, hand off to Polk again, up the middle, finding a little bit of room inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, as the Southwest defense kind of closed it up quickly. So it's going to be 3rd and a yard now for the Grapevine offense.
And they've slowed down here just for the first time to get the right play in. They are just mashing the gas up the front, up the middle of this offensive line right now.
Mustangs lining up quickly. Snap back, hand off to Polk. He's going to get the first down inside the 10, inside the 5, breaking tackles and into the end zone for the touchdown. We've got a flag on the play.
That's going to be a face mask.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, it looks like a face mask on an attempted tackle by a Southwest defender, but Parker Polk running through multiple arm tackles right there to punch that into the end zone from 14 yards out. And let's see what the flag is. I think it's a face mask as well. And, yeah, now they're conversing with the Grapevine coaching staff. It is going to be a face mask penalty. So a 14-yard touchdown run from Parker Polk to get things started for the Mustang offense.
And we talked to his father just before the game. We want to make sure that everyone knows Parker is 5'7", not 5'6". He's grown an inch. He had a beard, I guess, at 5 years old. So we're going to see how tall he can get. But here, interesting now, we're going to, I guess we'll take that penalty on the kickoff as they come in to kick the extra point.
I would definitely think so. So J.D. Rice lines things up. Drew Vi on the hold for the kick team. Snap is back. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So 10:21 to go in the first quarter. Grapevine strikes first. It's 7-0 Mustangs. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Hey, North Texas, come on by Bottle Cap Alley in Grapevine. We're newly renovated and now a full-service restaurant. Bottle Cap offers all your favorites like hand-breaded catfish and savory brisket nachos. Or sink your teeth into a juicy certified Angus beef burger. You're sure to find what you like at Bottle Cap Alley. Our hearts are warm and our drinks are cold, so whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you. Bottle Cap Alley on Highway 114 and 26.
Hey folks, it's Dorian Menace, General Sales Manager of Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine, Texas. We know you like things easy. That's why we created the Classic Chevrolet Easy Pass. Save time online and purchase with Easy Pass. It's easy. Find your vehicle, value your trade, set your terms, and even get approved for financing. Relax. Enjoy the difference with the Easy Pass.
Classic Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
With approved credit, find new roads.
Back here at Clark Stadium as the Mustangs will line up to kick off from the Southwest 45-yard line after the face mask penalty was marked off. So we'll see what the Grapevine coaches elect to do here. The Southwest kickoff team is in kind of in an onside kick recovery formation, so J.D. Rice and Hayden Rhodes are both on the field right now, so this looks like it might be an onside kick attempt, at least from an initial view. And now,
careful.
There's no false starts on a kickoff, thankfully.
I'd be looking for a little pooch kick here.
And that's exactly what you got. You got a little pooch over the head. It rolls inside the 10 and then dies inside the 5. And I don't know if Southwest called for a fair catch, which they could have done, but I don't think anybody did. If they had just called for a fair catch there, they would have gotten the ball at the 25, but I don't think anybody signaled. Instead, they just fell on it. You know, that's hard for high school kids sometimes to know those rules. And that time, I think Southwest just kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, I think, they're looking for the onside kick, a little bit of a mental error there at the back end, but great kick right there. Who kicked that ball?
That was Hayden Rhodes who pooched that.
Hayden Rhodes. What a great kick there. We talked about looking for the pooch kick. There was a lot of opening for that, and it dies right there before the end zone. Great job by the Mustangs.
Got a great roll.
It's their special teams every week. Every week we're amazed by what their special teams is able to pull off.
So the Southwest Raiders will start at their own 1-yard line after that was recovered. And freshman quarterback number 17, Raylan Carter, will be under center in a shotgun formation with number 15, Cedric Gilbert, as the tailback. They hand off to Gilbert up the middle, and he's going to get out of the end zone. He got just past the goal line before he got hit, so it'll officially be no gain. Gilbert on the season, the running back, the senior, number 17, he's been very effective. 384 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground, averaging 7.8 yards a carry. So he's been really good this season. when given the chance, but no gain right there from the defensive front of Grapevine. We're going to give you the starters as we go here. 2nd and 10, again at the 1-yard line. Snap back. This is going to be a quarterback run around the left side, and again, not much room, maybe about a half-yard past the original line of scrimmage as Gilbert took the direct snap that time and tried to go around left end.
Yeah, they've come out here in a Wildcat set at their own 1-yard line. Their freshman quarterback, 17, he's here at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that at first.
Yes, sir. So Carter's sitting here watching from the sideline as they're in a Wildcat set, 3rd and long from the 1.
They've got number 8, the tight end, R.J. Francis, in the backfield with the running back Gilbert in this set here. And they're going to line up still in this Wildcat here against 3rd and 10 for the 1. Snap is high and going to get out of the end zone, but not much for maybe a yard out to the 2. Snap was high, thankfully for Southwest. Gilbert corralled that and took off up the field, but the Grapevine defense with a great job that time, pinning Southwest and then just completely shutting down what they were trying to do. You know, I'm going to guess they went with that Wildcat just because they were on the 1. They wanted to see if maybe they could get some yardage out from the end zone.
Looking for some speed, obviously, to try to get up and around the corner twice. A Grapevine defense, we know they're very fast sideline to sideline. And Gilbert, really great athletic play to keep a safety or even a touchdown off the board on that high snap.
Number 35, Jalen Ferguson, the junior defensive back and wide receiver, on to punt. Parker Polk is standing at the Southwest 36-yard line here. And instead of, this time I think they went discretion was a better part of valor. Already down 7-0. Ferguson just stepped out of the back of the end zone and took the safety rather than risk a block or a punt return for a touchdown. And that way, I can kind of see the strategy there. You don't want this game to get out of control if you're Southwest early. So now you can kick off from the 20-yard line.
No, I like the call.
Yeah, and let your defense actually have some room to work.
Right. Now you can kick it deep and hopefully kick it deep and pin them and make them go the length of the football field is what you want if you're the Raider defense.
So that Grapevine defense that we were talking about had a great 3-and-out there. Across the front, junior Tristan Seed starting at one end, the senior nose tackle Josh Logan, number 50 in the middle, and on the anchor end, number 82, the senior Christian Watson. The starting linebackers, junior number 33 Tyler Mears at the Sam linebacker, middle linebacker junior number 11 Latham Way, and the weak side linebacker number 19 sophomore Leighton Towery. Your defensive backfield tonight, your 2 starting quarterbacks, number 21 senior Adrian White, number 29 Savion Shockley, the senior. You're at the freak safety position, number 20 senior Jackson Yarbrough. At the rover, senior number 6 Cameron Wagner. And at the bandit position, the junior number 27 Drew Nelson for the Grapevine defense. So the Southwest is now going to line up to actually kick off from the 20. I don't think you'll see an onside this time. Parker Polk and Caden Cook back to receive, as number 62, Alexander Gomez, will kick this away. And they do an onside kick, but Grapevine covers it.
Surprising.
Yeah,
surprising.
I would agree. That is a surprising move from the Southwest coaching staff. Very surprising, I got to say, as I didn't think that they would go with an onside kick again. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't a great onside kick. It went right to one of the frontline guys, and he just snagged it pretty easily on one hop. But still, really surprised by that move.
I believe that was number 30, Blake Burgess, the senior DB, and very headsy play by him.
So Grapevine starts at the 30. Snap back. Mercer's going to fire it out to the left side and right side, and it's caught by Caden Cook inside the 25 down to the 24, gain of 6, as it was 1st and 10 on the 30. Little quick hitch route. Nice gain on 1st down.
Loved the throw. Caught the snap, turned his hips, fired that ball out to the sideline on time to this big 6'2 receiver on the outside.
Grapevine lining it up 2nd down and 4 now. 2 receivers left, single receiver right, snap back, hand off to Hada in the game at tailback, and he's up into the 2nd level easily inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 yards for Caleb Tejada, who's back this week after twisting his ankle against Creekview 2 weeks ago.
Sure is nice to see him rumbling down the field.
Most definitely. 1st and 10 now at the 12-yard line. Snap back, play action. Mercer takes it, rolls to his right. Now he's trying to get away, and he's going to get sacked. He was looking for, it looked like he may have had a relief valve to throw to, but I don't think he was on balance to get rid of the ball. And he was tackled by a gaggle of Southwest defenders, led that time by number 80, Roy Williams, the defensive end, the sophomore defensive end.
A lot of credit to that defense there as they strung out the play and had tremendous coverage on the back end.
2nd and 13 now. Snap back, play action, throw out to the side. Cook catches it again. Almost breaks a tackle. Gets brought down by the ankles down at the 10-yard line. So it'll be a gain of about 6 yards to the 10. Sets up a more manageable third down. It's going to be 3rd and about 7.
This feels to me like a play that's being decided at the line of scrimmage. He's getting so much room up top that you're going to do that. Just turn and throw him the ball.
Shotgun snap back, handoff to Tejada. He's inside the 10, dancing outside, breaks the tackle inside the 5, and he's going to scamper in for the score. That's what Caleb Tejada brings. He is so quick, but he is also so strong for a kid his size. He just ripped right through the attempted tackle attempts once he got inside the 10-yard line and took it in, and Grapevine is now up 2 scores.
It's great to see Tejada back on the field and doing what he loves to do. He's had such a tough start to the season personally, and the 2 carries, gets his first touchdown, runs over a guy on the way. It's got to feel good for him as he goes back to the sideline, and Grapevine is on their way.
So J.D. Rice on for the extra point once again. Snap is back, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Grapevine out to an early jump start lead at 16-0. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
At First Colleyville, we believe that church is a place where anyone can find connection, purpose, hope, and community. From an engaging kids ministry to a high-energy student ministry, and from compelling weekend experiences to in-depth adult ministry studies, our goal is to lead every generation to know and follow Jesus. If you're looking for a church home, we would love to invite you to check out all we have going on. For service times and directions, visit firstcolleyville.com, and we will see you this weekend.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
The kickoff this time from the normal spot from the 40-yard line from J.D. Rice is high and deep and into the end zone, and it bounces out of the end zone for the touchback. And so the Raiders will actually have somewhat of a normal field position this time. They'll start this next possession at their own 25-yard line.
That's important. They started on their own 1-yard line, obviously on their opening drive. So now you have some room. I imagine that the starter, number 17, Carter, will now be in the game. We're going to get a chance to see the freshman, or maybe not.
Yeah, actually right now they're not sending out Raylon Carter. They're sending out the backup quarterback, number 18, Josiah Jackson, who is a junior. And so you just hope that there's nothing wrong with Carter from an injury perspective. But the junior, Josiah Jackson, he takes a snap, fires it out to the up the middle, and it's caught over the 40, out near the 45, dragging tacklers all the way out near midfield, as that pass that time was caught by number 4, Marcus Benson, the senior wide receiver. Just a little lob pass over the linebackers up the seam, and just very strong running that time by Benson all the way out to the Southwest 47 for a gain to 22.
It looked like they caught Grapevine linebackers off guard just a little bit and were able to dump it over. Great throw.
So 1st and 10, snap back, roll out by Jackson. He fires it out to the left flat. It's caught around midfield. Nice little catch and run that time by the tight end, number 8, R.J. Francis, the junior. Flag is down in the defensive backfield around the 35-yard line of Grapevine. It's a 5-yard gain on the little waggle play that time. But, yeah, it's interesting right now. We're seeing the backup quarterback, Josiah Jackson, the junior. You just hope nothing is wrong from an injury perspective with Raylon Carter.
No, and there's Raylon there standing right there by the bench. So it doesn't look like anything's wrong. We saw him in pregame, so – and Coach talked very favorably about him in his interview, so it's curious at this point. I wish we had a sideline reporter.
Now, the penalty was a personal foul against Grapevine, so they mark this all the way down to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Southwest as they're on the move now. Snap back, handoff over the right side, and just not much room there as the tailback, Cindric Gilbert, only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Again, coming into tonight, he was averaging 7.8 yards a carry and had been very effective, but so far, the Grapevine defense is really stuffing the run game for Southwest.
Well, and this Grapevine defense has been good against the run all year, and that was really headed off by Logan, number 50, the nose tackle, who got a tremendous push and was able to keep that run inside of a yard.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders at the Grapevine 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, single receiver right. Snap is back, handoff to Gilbert. He finds some room around right end in the open field to the side of the 20 and down inside to about the 17-yard line. Nice run that time from Gilbert. Took the handoff and bounced it out to the left side with a nice jump cut and gets all the way down to the 16, a 17-yard run for Cindric Gilbert, and the Raiders are now in the red zone.
Good vision and good athletic move. There was nothing there on the right side. He made that jump cut to the left. Just good speed.
Pistol formation here this time. Jackson takes the snap, handoff, and the ball's on the turf. Diving onto it, and it is recovered by Grapevine. Number 41, Aiden Cassidy, Johnny on the spot to recover the fumble. It looked like the exchange was clean, but as he started to bounce out to the left, the ball just popped out of Cindric Gilbert's hands and hit the turf.
A little hard to tell from here if he was trying to switch hands, perhaps.
Could have been it. Could have been it.
Yeah,
he could have been trying to move it to his outside hand.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to get that corner, and the ball just popped right out of his hands. And now Grapevine, their worst field position starting off tonight at their own 20. They're going to get an opportunity to drive the field.
As he started to cut to the left, he did have a Grapevine defender coming towards him to meet him for contact, but it didn't seem like the contact caused the fumble. It may have been a switch hand situation. Snap back, handoff up the middle, over the 20, out to about the 23-yard line. Is Parker Polk, who is in on a tailback on this possession. Walker Berryman is in at quarterback on this possession for Grapevine. So that's a 3-yard gain out to the 23 for Polk, 2nd and 7.
Now we're going to see if this pass game gets going a little bit with Berryman in the game.
Snap is back. Handoff again to Polk. Not much room this time as the Southwest defenders were all over that one. They drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up off the bottom of the pile that time for Southwest was number 9, K'Ron Bridges, the senior linebacker, making the tackle. Drops him for a loss of a yard. Snap back, play action. Berryman looking to fire deep. Up the sideline, has a man. It is caught. Bobbled and caught, but Caden Cook brought it in, and he's brought down inside the Southwest 25. They're going to mark him at either the 23 or the 24-yard line. It's going to be about a 52-yard catch. Caden Cook got behind the defense. Walker Berryman hit him right in stride, and if not for a bobble by Cook, he probably would have scored.
There was another stack formation. They like to run the stack with the post-wheel combination. The wheel popped open. Great timing by the quarterback, Berryman.
Officially down at the 26. Snap back pass off target right there. He had Cook kind of on a dig route down about 10 yards downfield, but threw it behind him. Cook tried to adjust and make the grab, but couldn't bring it in. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they had the seam dig combination there. The seam cleared out for the dig, and there was room for him to run after the catch. The ball thrown on his backside shoulder. Very difficult catch to make.
So that was officially a 50-yard catch by Cook a minute ago. 2nd and 10, handoff to Polk. Goes over the left side. Not much room there that time. Gets brought down after about a 2-yard gain down at the 24. In on the tackle that time was number 14, Zion Sullivan, the safety, who came up and made a stop after a 2-yard gain.
The Raiders clearly focusing in on this run game after the first 2 series.
Yeah.
We can even see the corners are up closer on these receivers. So maybe play action time.
3rd down and 8. Snap back. Berryman looking to throw. He fires one deep up the sideline, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Play action.
Play action. Sammy Kelly got separation as the ball was in the air. I don't think the DB saw the ball. Kelly did, and he got about a yard of separation, and a beautiful throw again by Walker Berryman. Dropped it right over the top and hit Kelly in stride for the score.
And that's what we expect when Berryman comes in the game. We expect the vertical pass game. We saw it with the wheel route. On this one, he just hits the slot fade route. Really good timing. We talked about it. Play action brings that safety down. You got one-on-one coverage. He throws a beautiful ball over the top.
So the arm of Walker Berryman helps lead that touchdown drive. J.D. Rice on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is Good. So 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Grapevine out on top early and big. 23-0 Grapevine. We'll take a break. You're listening to Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Hello, Grapevine High School Mustang football fans. I'm Dr. Kelly Brown, alumni and former Grapevine High School football player. I'm also the owner of Brown Chiropractic Center, which has served the Grapevine community for over 35 years. We're across from Quick Trip on the corner of William B. Tate and Ira E. Woods, and we'd love to invite you to come see us. I'm also a proud supporter of the Grapevine High School football team and the Grapevine community. Go Mustangs!
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Kickoff is away, and it's caught about 3 yards deep in the end zone, and Southwest is going to bring it out. Up to the 15, up near the 20, but going to get stopped short of the 20 as multiple Grapevine defenders that time were in on the tackle, including number 38, Caleb Miles, the senior defensive back, as that was Cindric Gilbert on the return, tried to see if he could make something happen, and didn't quite get to the 20, got stopped at the 18-yard line.
You know, we talk about this. I talk about this every week, but I just love Hayden Rhodes, the way he comes out there. And when he kicks that ball, man, that went to about 3 or 4 yards deep into the end zone. That's going to make it very tough to get a good return for most teams. This special teams for Grapevine is always on key.
So the Southwest Raiders coming out this time, starting at their own 18-yard line, down early as Grapevine has scored touchdowns on all 3 of their possessions and then got a safety when Southwest chose to step out of the end zone, punting from the back of the end zone. Snap back, handoff, coming around the right side, breaking a tackle and still on his feet. Now going to get dropped for a loss by Aiden Cassidy, and Josh Logan is number 5, Cortez Deer, the senior wide receiver. He was in there as a tailback that time and ends up being officially a loss of a yard. Did a good job trying to keep the play alive, but just couldn't escape the defense.
Yeah, great job by Redmond Webb, number 8, who came in and really closed on that play and held him up. And then number 50, once again, the nose tackle, Logan. Josh Logan comes in and just buries him in the backfield.
So it's 2nd and 11 now. Cindric Gilbert at tailback, and still playing right now at quarterback is Josiah Jackson, the junior. Snap is back to Jackson. He's rolling to his right, and he's going to keep it, going to tuck it, get up past the 20, up to about the 22 that time before he was brought down as Aiden Cassidy and Tyler Mears were in on the tackle. Gain of about 5 yards, or 4.5. They're going to set up officially 3rd and 7, and they're going to mark this at the 22.
They're going to have to find a way, the Raiders, to generate some sort of big play here. Right, they need 7 yards for a first down, but to get back in this game, they're going to have to do something big.
So 3rd and 7 now. Trips receivers to the left, single receiver right, snap back. Jackson, a little lob. It's a screen pass to Gilbert. He's up to the 25, the 30. Great acceleration, gets the first down, and flags come in as it's going to be a face mask against Grapevine as Cindric Gilbert's helmet got ripped off during the tackle.
Very dangerous play. Not only did his helmet get ripped off, but it looked like he may have taken a hit somewhere in the head area after the helmet flew off. What a great play call, though, right? The blitz was on. They called the screen, the Raiders. Got to give the coaches the credit for that play call and tremendous execution and just what they needed to stay alive. We hope the young man's okay there.
Gilbert looks to be okay. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, he took a shot there. Is that his helmet – it was all bang, bang, bang. The helmet got knocked off or taken off, and as he was getting tackled.
Certainly, with many people.
Yeah, with multiple defenders around there, and nothing intentional, obviously. No. But, yeah, great play call, the little swing pass screen out to the flat to Gilbert, and they add on the penalty, and it's at the Grapevine 49-yard line as we're 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Snap back to Jackson. He's going to fire one out to the near side. Caught, and then stepping out of bounds is number 2, Keno Tillman, the junior wide receiver. Little quick out right there. Only gets a couple of yards. I thought he got a little further upfield than that, but cut that route pretty short. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 now at the Grapevine 47 after he was knocked out of bounds. Gilbert looks to be okay as he's standing on the sidelines with his helmet on, ready to go back in. Shotgun snap back, handoff up the middle. Little bit of room as picking his way through the line that time was the tailback. I believe that was number 21 that time, Caleb Smith.
Yes.
The junior, as he was in on that snap. He kind of, nice little solid gain there, about 4 yards, sets up a 3rd and manageable as he kind of picked his way through the line.
Just sort of picked his way through the opening. Good vision.
Traditional 4 wide set here, 2 to each side. Running back offset to the left side of Josiah Jackson.
Grapevine showing blitz, and it looks like we have an audible here at the line of scrimmage.
Snap is back. It's a quarterback draw by Jackson. He breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, but he's going to be short of the first down. Jackson, that time did a good job as he got hit near the line of scrimmage, but he spun out of that. But a great job by the Grapevine defense to rally up and stop Jackson before he could get the first down. Multiple defenders in on that play. One of the guys coming up from safety position that time was the Rover Cameron Wagner, number 6.
Yeah, great pursuit by Grapevine because it did look like he was going to be able to grab that first down, and everyone came as one to make the tackle, and we have a young man down here.
Yeah, unfortunately Jackson's down on the play. He's up, and the trainers are going to kind of help him get off the field. But yeah, unfortunately, looks like Jackson got injured on that play, and the trainers are helping him off. But it was officially only all of that movement and spinning only got a yard on the play, and it's going to be a 4th and 3 now from the Grapevine 42. And it looks like Southwest is going to keep their offense on the field here and go for this, even with the quarterback Jackson hurt. And I don't see the freshman.
Nope, they've got Gilbert in the backfield. Looks like he'll be taking the snaps.
Yep, they're going to go with the Wildcat. Yep, they're going to go with the Wildcat formation, and now a timeout has been called.
I'm so interested to know.
No, actually check that. They're letting – well, I thought a timeout was called. The play clock is ahead of the game clock here, unless the play clock was not reset.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're just letting this run out the quarter.
All right, so yeah, there's some confusion. I thought a timeout was called, but the clock continued to run. I'm going to guess that the play clock was supposed to be reset, and it wasn't. And so the officials let the clock run out in the first quarter. So 23-0 Grapevine after 1. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer and Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we love the sounds of the great outdoors. And that's why we make it easier than ever for you to gear up and have fun out there. Order at academy.com and get free shipping or free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Plus, get free assembly on most bikes and grills. For all the ways you love to play, make shopping easy with Academy Sports and Outdoors. Free assembly applies to in-store purchases only. Free shipping applies to most orders over $25.
We're back for the start of the second quarter here at Clark Stadium in Southeast Fort Worth. 4th and 3 at the Grapevine 42. And the Southwest Raiders are going to go for it as Carter will take the snap, direct snap. He's going to go around the left side, breaking tackles. It's going to be close. He really powered his way through, but I think he may be just short. Cindric Gilbert took the direct snap out of the Wildcat.
We've got 2 refs with 2 different spots. Now the ref on the far side has moved up. It's going to be a first down.
And they're not even going to measure. I'm a little surprised that they're not even going to measure it. But they're going to say he got the first down. So a gain of 3 for Cindric Gilbert. Nice effort that time as he really just kind of he got hit prior to the marker, but just powered his way through. So 1st and 10 at the 49. Gilbert staying at quarterback. He takes a direct snap, goes around right tackle this time, and gets down to about the 36 before he's brought down. In on the tackle was Leighton Towery, the sophomore linebacker, number 19.
And Jacob, here we go. Here comes the freshman, Raylon Carter. Coach is talking to him. He's got his hand on his shoulder pads there.
They're not sending him in
He's
yet.
He's not. It looked like he was about to send him in the game. Here he comes. Here he comes with the play call.
All right, so we're going to see the freshman, Raylon Carter, for the first time in the ball game tonight.
I like to point out he is just as big as his offensive line, so we've got a big freshman quarterback back here.
Snap is back to Carter. He drops back to throw, and he's going to heave one deep up the sideline into the end zone, and it's over everybody. Great coverage that time by Savion Shockley, who was running with the wide receiver, Cortez Deer, step for step. And the pass was too far for anybody to catch, but it would have been Shockley who had the first shot at it.
Yeah, it looked like a predetermined throw there. I'm going to come out and I'm going to let one go down. We saw he's got a very strong arm, right? He threw that about 50 yards in the air, but sadly it lands nowhere for him. Great coverage, like you said, on the back end. And now here he comes back in the game with the play call once again.
You've said it. I mean, this kid is a freshman, Raylon Carter, but if I had to guess at his size, I'm guessing he probably goes about 6'2", about 210 pounds. He is a big kid for a freshman. Snap back, rolling to his right is Carter. He's going to find room around the right side, and he's going to get out of bounds after a short gain. See where they officially mark him down, out of bounds. It's going to be at the 34-yard line, so officially only a gain of 2 there. So going to set up, well, it's now 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 5. Sorry, that was 3rd down play. My fault. So 4th and 5 now for Southwest, but they're at the Grapevine 34, so the offense will stay on the field.
Now, this is a little bit of an interesting dynamic. Earlier, when Jackson was in the game, they were calling the plays out to the field. Now what I'm seeing, the freshman is coming towards the sideline to get the play, so they're slowing down a little bit more offensively.
Snap back and a rollout by Carter, and he's going to end up throwing this away and out of bounds. Something went wrong on that play. There wasn't any receiver over there. I don't know if somebody ran a wrong route or what the deal was, but, I mean, they blocked it like it was a rollout to the right, but he didn't have anywhere to throw the ball, and he just had to throw it away.
I'm perplexed completely. You know, they rolled him out to the short side of the field. There was a lot of coverage over there. I don't, you know, there was instant pressure from the Grapevine defense. Not sure what was going on there offensively with the Raiders. I think they're going to come here and talk about it. With Jackson going out suddenly, now it's time to get everybody together on the sideline and figure out what they want to do.
Yeah, that was a definite miscommunication there. So Grapevine takes over after the turnover on downs. Snap is back. Berryman's going to fire one deep up the hash, and it's just off the fingertips of Sammy Kelly. Kelly was running up the hash. Caden Cook was also running up the numbers, so you had 2 receivers in similar spots. But he threw it to the open receiver, Kelly. It was just about a half yard too far, and Kelly couldn't quite pull it in off the tips of his outstretched fingers.
Almost. Inches.
2nd and 10 now for Grapevine at the 34. Snap back to Berryman. Handoff up the middle to Tejada. Picking his way through. Nice little gain out to about the 38. Gain of 4 yards for Tejada. In on the tackle that time for Southwest was number 19, Elijah Miles, the safety.
It's a great job to get him into a 3rd and medium. Make it a little bit easier for Berryman to convert this to a 1st down.
3rd and 6, trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Snap is back. Berryman looking to throw. He's going to swing it out to Tejada, who makes the catch, and he's going to get the 1st down. Nice job. Great catch, and nice job fighting through the tackle to drag the defender with him to the sticks and get a gain of 6 and a 1st down.
He's so strong, Jacob. He's just
really
so strong when he runs with the ball.
He's only listed at 175 pounds, but he definitely plays bigger than that. Snap back, hand off to Tejada. Bouncing to the right, and he's going to get dropped right at the line of scrimmage that time. Great job by the Southwest defense of cutting off the backside cutting lane. Coming in to make the tackle that time was number 9, Kayron Bridges, the senior linebacker.
And number 3, I think Travis Dykes was in on there too, coming in, flying in hard.
So Tejada stopped for no gain. 2nd and 10 at the 44. Shotgun snap back to Berryman. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to get dropped. The pressure came immediately up the middle from a linebacker blitz by number 3, Travis Dykes, who led this team coming in with 5 sacks in 4 games. and he showed why there. He shot the gap that time and was right in the face of Berryman before he even had a chance to blink.
Dykes and Bridges, who combined on the tackle on the last play, they come flying in on the blitz there, and they get in on the sack together. So Batman and Robin like for the Raiders right now.
Loss of 10 on the sack brings it to 3rd and 20 now. Snap back, and this is going to be a screen to Tejada. Makes a catch. His blockers are way downfield, but he's got room. He's in the open field. He's at the 30, the 20, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line as great speed showed by the defense. Number 20, Malachi Robinson, the senior linebacker and running back, was able to track down Tejada, which is not an easy task.
No, it's not at all. And you could see Tejada had gotten on his horse. So great athletic play by the Raiders to catch up. What a great play call.
52 yards on the screen down to the 14. Snap back, handoff to Parker Polk. As he's in the game, checks into the game at tailback, finds a little bit of room, gets about 3 down to the 11. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
And Beckwith, number 55, is all the way on the sideline pancaking one of the defensive linemen for the Raiders. Love the effort. I love the Beckwith brothers.
Yeah, the Beckwith twins is set to go to Kansas State to play college football next year. 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. Snap back, handoff to Polk. Looking for room, finds some a little bit inside the 10. Down to maybe about the 8, so it'll be another gain of 3 yards. That'll set up a 3rd and 4 now for the Mustangs at the 8-yard line. And now Berryman's going to check out as Colt Mercer comes into the game at quarterback for this play. A bit of a line change. Yep, they're going with a heavy set here, it looks like. They brought in Leighton Towery as an up-back blocker.
Look for Mercer to run around the left side here.
Yep, they've got a lot here. Snap back, handoff up the middle for Polk. He's driving forward. He's going to be close, but it's going to be about a yard short. Looks like a gain of about 3. They brought in all that extra blocking and then just went up the middle with it.
Well, they run great up the middle. It did look like they were trying to set up for an outside run there, but maybe we might see a zone read. We got about a 1.5 yards for a 1st down.
Actually, officially only a gain of 2. They're going to keep the heavy formation in. Snap back, hand off to Polk again. He breaks a tackle and gets the 1st down. What an effort by Parker Polk, as it looked like he was going to get stopped short as number 14 for Southwest Zion Sullivan came up and tried to tackle Polk up around the shoulders, and he kind of ducked and was able to fight off that blow and roll his way into the 1st down.
Had a little Barry Sanders magic on that play.
Polk gets the handoff this time, and he takes it in for the score. So Parker Polk gets rewarded after that 1st down carry on 4th and 2 and punches it in from 4 yards out.
Breaking ankles and then rumbling into the end zone. Parker Polk on fire as usual.
4 offensive possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Grapevine Mustangs. The big key on that possession, obviously the 3rd and 20 conversion on the screen pass to Caleb Tejada that set them up in the red zone. J.D. Rice on for the extra point. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 6:36 to go here in the 1st half. It's 30-0 Grapevine. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
This is Josh Brown, owner of CryoNation in Grapevine and official cryotherapy provider for our Mustangs. Are you dealing with pain, soreness, or inflammation? Do you want to recover faster? Are you trying to lose weight, tighten, tone, firm the skin? Do you want to sleep better and have more energy? Then you need cryotherapy. In just 3 minutes of cryotherapy, you can accomplish all this and more. Recover faster, look incredible, live your best life. Try cryotherapy today at CryoNation in Grapevine for only $15. Get cold, not old.
Customers all across Texas are upgrading for less at Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine. With a classic deal, it's easy to trade up and possibly lower your payments. New Chevys arriving daily. Others might, but Classic never, and I mean never, charges more than MSRP. That's Texas true pricing. 800 pre-owns on the ground. Just a few clicks to buy online with our Easy Pass. A classic deal is here. Waiting could cost you.
Classic Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Grapevine lines up to kick it away. J.D. Rice has kind of a squibber that time, kind of topped that ball. It hits the ground, and Southwest has trouble picking it up, so they just fall on it at their own 15, so it ends up being an effective kick. Looked like J.D. Rice kind of kicked the top of that ball, and it squibbed down, but it worked.
J.D. Rice, he just does what he wants to do. He's just feeling gangster out there. He's going to kick it deep to the end zone. He's going to squib it. He's going to keep you shut down at the 1-yard line. He's going to hold you to the 15-yard line. He is dominating his position right now.
Southwest takes over this next possession at their own 15-yard line. 6:33 to go here in the first half. Grapevine up big 30-0. And the freshman, Raylon Carter, comes out for this next possession at quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to each side with Cindric Gilbert in at tailback. Snap back, Carter. He's going to fire one deep down the field, and that's way over everybody and incomplete. He didn't give time for that play to develop as he took the snap, took one step, and heaved it. I see the receiver he was going for, but he just didn't get. He was going for a slot receiver, but he just didn't give time for that play to develop downfield.
Nobody home. He caught the snap, reared back, and let the ball go, and there was deep coverage. So
Keno Tillman was the receiver who was streaking up the hash mark, but yeah, just no chance that time for the play to develop as Carter just got rid of it so quickly.
It's tough when you're a quarterback, a young quarterback coming in. You want to make up for everything you missed in the first quarter and a half, then you got to be a little bit more patient.
Snap to Gilbert here. He tries to go off right tackle. Not much there, and a helmet flies off again. That's Gilbert for a second time, and here comes a flag. And this happened as the play was being whistled dead.
And now a Raider player rips off his own helmet. I don't know.
So we've got some issues going on down here. I mean, the Raider teammates thinking they're protecting their own player. But, yeah, Cindric Gilbert's helmet got ripped off again, and the flags came flying. It was only going to be about a 2-yard gain. And you're right, the Raider player, number 64, Owen Pritchard, one of the starting offensive linemen that time, or actually one of the backup offensive linemen, he came in and he took his helmet off and started chirping at Grapevine players, so he has to come off the field now for a play. And he may get a penalty as well, so we'll see what happens here.
Gilbert needs to take his helmet to the training staff and get a helmet that fits, as that's the second time his helmet has been ripped off tonight.
Well, you just also hope that nobody from Grapevine is doing anything that they shouldn't be doing. I mean, that was kind of a scrum, and the helmet just kind of flew off.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell what happened down there.
We haven't seen that sort of play from them in previous weeks. So
it is going to be a personal foul on Grapevine for a face mask. And so it's going to be marked off 15 yards, and it'll be a first down. They're going to mark this out at the 30 to the 32-yard line. You know, the first time it happened down here on the near sideline, it really was just kind of a gang tackle. It all kind of happened at once. That time, the whistle was already blowing, and suddenly the helmet flew off. And we also have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Grapevine after the play. So 15 more yards are going to get marked off. So that is going to
30 yards and
that is not going to please Coach Alexander at all. And so 30 yards and penalties takes the ball out to the 47-yard line of Southwest, 1st and 10. And now a timeout has been called by Grapevine as the coaches want to talk to their kids right now, and I don't blame them. We're going to take it with them. 6:16 to go here in the first half. It's 30-0 Grapevine. This is Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easy to gear up and have fun out there. Order at academy.com and get free shipping or free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Plus, get free assembly on most bikes and grills. Shop now. Free assembly applies to in-store purchases only. Free shipping applies to most orders over $25.
It's Pre-Owned Truck Month at Classic Chevrolet. Over 350 pre-owned trucks to choose from. We've allocated millions to pay top dollar for your trade. Get an instant appraisal with our online Easy Pass. Find new roads.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
So after the timeout, Southwest has the ball at their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. After the 30 yards and penalties were marked off, Raylon Carter in at quarterback. He hands the ball to Gilbert on 1st down, and it's going to be a loss of 2 yards as the Grapevine defense. And now we have more after play pushing, shoving, and jawing. as the officials are going to have to start doing some things to get control of this because guys were going at it again after the play.
And I'm interested. Gilbert, his helmet came off on the last play.
There was a timeout called.
Because
that's
timeout,
why.
he gets to go back in the game. Okay, that's good to know.
Because that's how the rule works. If there's a timeout, then you can immediately go back. So, personal foul. This one is going to get marked off against Southwest, and we've had a player ejected as well. So, a personal foul was on somebody. And, this is not good for Southwest. I'm seeing number 15, Cindric Gilbert, their starting tailback, coming off the field. And I think he was just ejected from the ball game.
It's a shame we don't have a little bit of explanation of what he could have done. We couldn't see anything from up here. We just saw a scrum and then a flag.
It was after
the
play. I couldn't see what was done, but the officials saw it, and whatever he did, he was ejected from the game for it.
And the Raiders aren't the deepest team to begin with. They had about 30 players at kickoff. Obviously, 15, Gilbert is one of their best players. Very unfortunate for them.
He's their leading rusher, and you're right, probably the best offensive player. Snap here, pass out to the near side was incomplete as it was intended for number 4, Marcus Benson. After that 15-yard penalty was marked off, it was 2nd and 24 back at the 30-yard line. And so now, let's see, I don't think that yardage is quite correct. Looks like it's 3rd and about 22, actually.
Taking a long time to get these play calls in. Quarterback is all the way here at the sideline. Now he runs back in. Trying to get this passing game on track for the Raiders. So far, not very successful.
Raiders going to go empty here on 3rd and 22, and it's just a straight quarterback draw for Raylon Carter. Goes around the left side, finds a little bit of room. Nice run all the way out to about the 38. So that'll be an 8-7-8. They're going to mark him officially at the 37, so a 7-yard gain for Carter. But the Raiders are going to have to punt. You just hate seeing stuff like that. I mean, this is a game that's kind of gotten a little bit out of control early on for Southwest, and, Cindric Gilbert reacting to some things I think happened to him earlier in the game because his helmet got ripped off twice. And so, he reacts to the next play and gets kicked out of the game, and it's just unfortunate.
It is. You got to find a way to have a little bit more poise in those situations. We don't know what was happening down there.
Snap back, and it's a fake. Out to the 35, the 40, tackle broken up to midfield, and it's going to be close to a first down.
He might have gotten that. We're going to see where they spot the ball.
I think he's going to be about a yard short, but what a great effort that time by number 35, Jalen Ferguson, who's in as the punter. I don't know if that was a straight fake or if he just reacted to the rush coming into him because there was pressure. I think he just tucked it, dodged a defender, and took off around the outside, broke a tackle, and nearly got the first down.
It looked like he was just trying to be a football player.
Yeah.
You're right. He was so close to that, about a yard away from getting the first down.
About a yard and a half short on 4th down. So great effort, comes up just short that time by number 35, Jalen Ferguson. But the Grapevine Mustangs make the stop as the special teams make the tackle, and they take over at their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right in a stack, snap back, hand off to Tejada, and just nowhere to go. Great job that time by the Southwest defense. That was number 78, who I don't have a name for. We have a number but not a name for 78 on the roster, so we apologize for that, folks. We originally thought there was supposed to be a number 70, Timothy Jackson, in, so maybe that's him. We're not sure. But it's a loss back at the 42 of 3 for Tejada. Snap back, handoff. He takes it this time, dancing around, but again, nowhere to go as the Southwest defense just stacks him up. In on the tackle that time was number 14, Zion Sullivan, and number 20, Malachi Robinson.
And once again, Colt Mercer in the game. They're obviously lining up in a little bit of a tighter formation, and this Raider defense is coming up and selling out for the run game.
So no gain that time. Sets up 3rd and 13, 2 stacked receivers to the right. Single receiver left, snap back to Mercer. He's looking downfield. Here comes the blitz. He doesn't get away. He gets dropped. Coming around the end that time on a linebacker blitz was number 3, Travis Dykes, and he just ran down Colt Mercer. He got around the block attempt of Caleb Tejada that time, and got into the backfield and dropped Colt Mercer for a 4-yard loss.
And the Raiders are very fortunate that they forced Mercer out to his left and got the sack, because Parker Pope was stacked down here on the right side, and he ran the wheel route, and he was open by about 6 or 7 yards. Would have been an easy throw for a touchdown. Luckily that he had to move away to the left side, away from the open receiver. Nice play by the Raiders, and now a little bit momentum for them.
Yep, good pressure that time. Second sack of the ball game for the Raider defense. Timeout is called. I didn't see who called the timeout. Grapevine called one earlier, but no timeout has been taken off the board for either side, but there was a timeout called after that third down loss. Well, we don't know.
Here we go.
The officials didn't signal, and they haven't taken a timeout off the board for either side. So after the timeout, Grapevine is on the field to punt. Back to receive is number 5, Cortez Deer. On to punt is J.D. Rice. The snap is to his right, but he's able to get it and get the kick away. It's an end-over-end punt. Takes a Grapevine roll inside the 30 and is going to die at about the 27-yard line. So ends up being a 28 officially. So a 33-yard punt for J.D. Rice, but he did a good job that time. That snap was high and to his right, and he went up and grabbed it.
Great catch
got the punt away.
Great catch by the very athletic J.D. Rice.
So the Raiders will start 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Raylon Carter, the freshman, out at quarterback. Taking over at tailback for Southwest is number 21, Caleb Smith. They're going to go with a 4-wide set, 2 to each side. Shotgun snap back. It's a little swing pass screen caught out at the 25. Dodging a tackle out past the 30 and out at about the 33-yard line as Leighton Towery made the grab. But nice little bubble screen that time to the tight end, number 8, R.J. Francis, the junior. And it gets a solid gain of about 6 out to the 34.
That's some nice blocking and a really nice cutback. Good vision to get back up inside and get a few yards. 2nd and short.
So 2nd and 4 now. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver left. Snap back, handoff. This time up the middle. Very little room. Only going to be a gain of about a yard for Caleb Smith that time.
It's going to be tough for you running in the teeth of that defense for Grapevine.
That defensive line for Grapevine really doing a good job the last few weeks shutting down the run. Josh Logan in there that time. Garrett Gardner, who we're seeing on the field this time, the senior. Number 42, Garrett Gardner, on the field for the first time this year as he's finally returned from his back injury that he suffered in fall camp. You know, he was set to be a starter at defensive end before he had the injury happen and then had a setback on that back injury during the bye week. So it's great to see Gardner finally getting on the field and getting some action. Shotgun snap back on 3rd 3, quarterback draw, up the middle, breaking the tackle, and into the secondary is Raylon Carter. What a big, strong run by a big, strong kid as he broke a tackle just past the line of scrimmage and then just carried guys out to midfield and across it. A gain of 17 yards by Carter.
17 yards and had to be at least 15 yards of yards after contact, just out there carrying guys with them down the field.
1st and 10 for Southwest at the Grapevine 48 now with 2:33 to go in the first quarter. Snap is fumbled and it's on the turf, and let's see who comes up with it. I think Raylon Carter was able to get back on it. He just bobbled that shotgun snap, and then it kind of pinballed off of one of the Grapevine defenders, and Carter, luckily for him, was able to dive on it and save the possession, but it's a 6-yard loss.
Well, it's a low snap. He comes forward. He steps forward to try to pick the ball up. You like for him to just kind of fall on it there. That'll come with experience. Grapevine really missed an opportunity to be able to pick up the fumble. The ball just rolled the right way for the Raiders.
So 2nd and 16 back at the Southwest 46-yard line now. Shotgun snap back and pressured immediately and dropped for the sack is Raylon Carter. Coming in to make that initial hit that time was the defensive end, number 48, Tristan Sneed, who just blew into the backfield, hit Carter, and held on to him long enough for the rest of his teammates to clean up the sack. But what a great job by Tristan Sneed.
The way that looked, to me, they were trying to set up a quick screen, a tunnel screen
I think
to
they
the
were as
outside
well.
receiver. Quarterback hesitates because I don't know why.
Well, because I think Tristan
smacked.
Sneed got in there immediately.
Just too quick.
He shot the gap and was in, as he turned to look to throw,
Yes.
Tristan Sneed's coming right at him, and I think it just flustered him.
The offensive line, they have to hold their block for just a little bit longer on those tunnel screens. Perhaps that wasn't the case, or perhaps it was just a great play. It was a little budged up for us up here to see, but he did shoot through there and really caused problems for the quarterback. Had no place to go with the ball, and now big third down.
7-yard loss all the way back to the 39-yard line as Grapevine, I believe, has called a timeout. Again, I missed a signal from the officials, and they haven't marked any timeouts off the scoreboard, but I'm almost positive it was Grapevine that called this timeout, which would leave them with 1 as we're at 1:46 to go here in the first half.
Which would make the most sense. You expect that you can get a third down stop, get the ball back, and maybe have a chance for some additional points before the half is over.
Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reducing those cold and hot pockets, making it more comfortable and throughout, and saving you up to 40% on your energy bill. Schedule your free Energy Attic audit online at energyattic.com. Energy Attic, attic solutions to transform your life. So after the timeout, both teams come back out on the field. It's 3rd and 22 now for the Raiders at their own 39-yard line. 1:46 to go here in the first half. Trips receivers to the right, single receiver left. It's going to be a shotgun snap and just a quarterback power play off the left side. Grapevine was ready for it that time. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards, but Grapevine was easily willing to give up that. Tyler Mears in on the tackle along with number 6 Cameron Wagner as they just walled it off as he went around the left side. Short gain, but it's going to force a punt as Grapevine calls their final timeout.
And Leighton Towery was in there too as he was flying over down. He diagnosed that play extremely quickly. And so here we go. You're going to get the ball back. You're going to have an opportunity. Which quarterback is going to come out here? Is it going to be Berryman? Are we going to try to get the ball downfield with the aerial attack, or are we going to hit him with a big run with Tejada?
Well, both quarterbacks have moved the offense so far tonight as they've both been they haven't been so much been alternating series, but they've been getting a pretty equal amount of snaps. Berryman has been really on target with some of his deep throws tonight, but we've seen Colt Mercer do the same thing in his time at quarterback, and they're going to get another shot here to run kind of their 2-minute offense. It's 4th and 17 at the 44-yard line. And the one thing Grapevine needs to watch for is the speed of the punter, Jalen Ferguson, who is also a defensive back and wide receiver, as he had about a 20-yard, he had about a 15 or so yard run last time when he got pressured and took the punt and took off with it.
And it's not that they don't want Colt to throw the ball. They just haven't had those opportunities with him yet.
Snap back, high snap, but able to get the punt away is Ferguson, and it kind of goes end over end and out of bounds at the Grapevine 39-yard line. So unfortunately only about a 17-yard punt that time. Ferguson did a good job just to corral that snap as it went high, and he kind of hopped backwards and caught it and was able to get it away before the Grapevine pressure got to him. So 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line with 1:29 to go for Grapevine. The next time you need any roof work done, call Greenleaf Roofing at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com. Greenleaf Roofing, DFW's preferred roofing company and the official roofing company of Champion Sports Radio. Nick Bass and Greenleaf Roofing. Snap back. Berryman in at quarterback. He fires one over the middle. It's caught and then incomplete. The pass got in there, but that time the pass went to number 43, Roman Holgan, the senior tight end. He got hit right as the pass got in, and he couldn't hold on to it. 2nd and 10.
It was a good throw. Contact immediately on the receiver as soon as the ball touched him. Nice play by the defense.
Berryman in, Polk at tailback. Sammy Kelly goes in motion this time. Snap back, handoff to Polk, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage that time as big number 78. I'm going to take a stab and guess that number 78 is Timothy Jackson, who we have on the roster as number 70. We were told by Coach Franklin that he would be returning tonight. So I'm going to say that that's Timothy Jackson who made the tackle that time, and he drops Parker Polk for a 2-yard loss, and now Grapevine is content to kind of let the clock run a little bit. Yeah. 3rd and 12, trips left, single receiver right. And yeah, Grapevine's going to go ahead and let the clock run down before they snap this play here. 3rd and 12, snap back, Berryman looking to throw. Now he's rolling to his right after getting pressure. He's going to fire one deep. He's going for Sammy Kelly, and the pass is intercepted.
just underthrown by about 2 or 3 yards. He had Sammy Kelly behind the defense. If he's able to step into it and let it rip, I think he's got something there. He tries to throw it on the run, and unfortunately
didn't quite have enough on it.
Yeah.
Kelly was a couple of yards behind the defense on the deep post route coming across the field, and I think, the fact Berryman was getting pressured as he rolled to his right, didn't really have the opportunity to set up and step into that throw, had to throw it on the run, and just couldn't quite get enough on it, and it was intercepted that time by number 19, Elijah Miles, the junior defensive back. So shotgun snap back to Raylan Carter. He's looking to run again, just taking a quarterback draw up the middle. Man, he is just a load. Breaks a group of 3 Grapevine defenders, tackles at about the 25. Then another 3 Grapevine defenders led by Aiden Cassidy brings him down at about the 30 after a 4-yard gain.
He ran out of his own shoe. He's running so hard. Gosh,
that kid is big. Clock continuing to run, and I think Southwest is just going to let this one go to the half. So Grapevine has a fantastic job getting out early on Southwest, and they're going to take a 30-0 lead into the half here over Southwest at Clark Stadium here tonight in Southeast Fort Worth. So we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to have the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. We'll give you a chance to listen to the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band. We'll also get you caught up with scores from around the area. You are listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
Friday nights show us how. Bam, man, the Mac. Coach Hayes, our attack. There's bells and a band sound. Make these sacks on money down. Rustlers and cheerleaders, Billy's in fall. Sundown in Texas, this is Mustang football. Rustlers and cheerleaders, Billy's in fall. Sundown in Texas, this is Mustang football. Pregame and tailgates, Bobby Lewis in the air. Living our dreams through this Mustang DNA we share. Game day clocks and whistles ready at the go. No question about it, cause it's football, you know. Bam and the Mac, Coach Hayes air attack. There's bells and a band sound. Big D sacks on money down. Rustlers and cheerleaders and Billy's in fall. Sunset in Texas, this is Mustang football.
In for a quick bite. We're always happy to see you. Bottle Cap Alley on Highway 114 and 26.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
It's pre-owned truck month at Classic Chevrolet. Over 350 pre-owned trucks to choose from. We've allocated millions to pay top dollar for your trade. Get an instant appraisal with our online Easy Pass. Find new roads.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home.
Tighten it up and keep everybody in the string though.
They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions and also got a safety as they had Southwest pinned back on their own 1-yard line, and on 4th down, instead of attempting a punt, possibly getting it blocked or getting a return, they elected to just step out of the end zone and take the safety and then try to fight from there. But Grapevine really doing a good job here early on in this game, taking advantage. Got to give credit to the Southwest defense as they came on stronger here in the second quarter, getting a couple of sacks, picked off a deep shot with under a minute to go from Walker Berryman. So they started to make a few stops here in this ball game to play a little bit better, as Grapevine only scored 7 points in the second quarter. But overall, just a really good job in the first half, and especially by the Mustangs defense as they shut down the Southwest running game. Unfortunately, we had a bit of issues back and forth on the field with players going at it after a couple of plays, and that resulted, unfortunately, in the ejection of Cindric Gilbert, the senior running back for Southwest, who was probably their best overall offensive player. So that's really unfortunate for the Raiders that happened, as I think Gilbert's emotions got the better of him after having a couple plays where his helmet got ripped off. So he was frustrated and took it out on one of the Grapevine players after a play and got himself kicked out of the ball game, unfortunately. So the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band is about to get things started here with their halftime routine. As we are in halftime, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and let the Grapevine Mustang Band do their thing, let you listen to some of them, then we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have scores from around the area for you. You are listening to Mustangs Football, presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
connection, purpose, hope, and community. From an engaging kids ministry to a high-energy student ministry, and from compelling weekend experiences to in-depth adult ministry studies, our goal is to...
Here at Clark Field in Southeast Fort Worth, the Grapevine Mustangs lead by a score of 30-0 over the Southwest Raiders. And right now, as Grapevine is finishing up their halftime show, as I get things ready to actually pull this off, it is time to catch everybody up with some scores from around the area in the world of high school football tonight. So let's get that rolling, shall we? And there's the nice fiery music for us. All right. Let's start off with action from last night in high school action. Last night we had on a Thursday night, Forney took down Crandall 32-30 in a close battle there. Two Richardson ISD schools went at it, and Berkner took down Richardson High 47-28. Northwest High School, who we saw earlier this year, was all over Saginaw High. 63-12 was the final there at Northwest ISD Stadium. Denton Ryan blasted the Colony 42-3 up in Denton as the Ryan Raiders took a big win there. A couple of Frisco schools, Wakeland and Independence, did battle last night. Wakeland went shut out Independence 49-0. Lovejoy all over Frisco Memorial 53-0. Lake Highlands blew out Richardson Pierce 31-0 on a game you might have heard here on Champion Sports Radio. Elsewhere around the area last night here over on the Tarrant County side, Kennedale took down Western Hills out of Fort Worth ISD by a score of 40-14. And also back over the Dallas side, Newman Smith got shut out by Woodrow Wilson 43-0. Games going on this evening as we don't have a report, unfortunately, from the O.D. Wyatt Trimble Tech game. O.D. Wyatt tied at 2-0 in district play atop District 4-5A Division II along with Grapevine. So that game is one that we'll definitely look for a result from. Keller beat Northwest Eaton tonight 21-10 over at Northwest ISD Stadium. Prosper beat McKinney 17, or is up on 17. Excuse me, I said Keller beat Northwest Eaton. Keller's up on Northwest Eaton 21-10 at the half. Also at halftime, Prosper's up on McKinney High 17-7. Louisville and Flower Mound going at it in Louisville, and the Farmers up on the Jaguars 20-10. That game in the second quarter. Some other games going on in that same district in 6-6A. Plano up on Hebron 14-7 in the second quarter there. Two Arlington schools. Sam Houston up on Arlington High 21-7. That game also in the second quarter of action. Haltom is up on LD Bell 10-3. That game is at halftime over at Pennington Field in Bedford. South Lake Carroll up 28-0, shutting out Keller Central tonight at South Lake High School. DeSoto High blasting Waco High 44-0. That game taking place at DeSoto. Back to District 6-6A, Coppell up on Flower Mound Marcus in the second quarter at Marcus. The score is 14-10. Plano ISD schools going at it tonight. Plano East and Plano West. The score is 14-7. Plano East, as that game is at the half. Arlington Martin shutting out Arlington Lamar tonight at Cravens Field, 23-0. That game in the second quarter. The Grand Prairie, the battle for the Gopher Bowl tonight in Grand Prairie, and South Grand Prairie is up on Grand Prairie High School 26-7 at the half. Allen all over Little Elm 36-7 tonight. That game in the second quarter, excuse me, actually it says first quarter. Wow. That game taking place at Allen. Denton Geyer up on Denton Braswell by a score of 28-7. That game at the half. Some other scores from around the area. Birdville High trailing Mansfield Legacy 21-14. That game taking place at Birdville Stadium in the second quarter. Richland High over Mansfield Summit, trailing Mansfield Summit and in the second quarter 32-13. Colleyville Heritage up on Red Oaks 14-7. That is a second quarter score. Colleyville Heritage on the road tonight at Red Oak. Midlothian is trailing Burleson Centennial at the half 19-7. Irving ISD schools doing some battle 36-0. Irving Nimitz over Irving High. That game in the second quarter. Irving MacArthur trailing Dallas Jesuit also in the second quarter 14-0. In one of our district games here in 4-5A Division II, Carrollton Creekview, after the 1-point win last week over this Southwest team, is up 21-0 on South Hills out of Fort Worth ISD. We don't have an update from the Poly Northside game as yet. Grapevine takes on Northside next Thursday night at Farrington Field in downtown Fort Worth. Some other games, Mansfield Timberview. You just kind of feel for that community tonight as after the shooting earlier this week. They're taking on Waco University tonight in Waco. No score update from there. So there's catching you up with some scores from around the area in high school football. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to catch you up with some stats from this game here at Clark Stadium. It is 30-0 Grapevine. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports.
Artemio Martinez and Gardner by the Lupe Mustangs. And now I'd like to draw your attention to the center of the field as the band performs The Lighthouse.
outdoors, we love the sounds of the great outdoors. And that's why we make it easier than ever for you to gear up and have fun out there. Order at academy.com and get free shipping or free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Plus, get free assembly on most bikes and grills for all the ways you love to play. Make shopping easy with Academy Sports and Outdoors. Free assembly applies to in-store purchases only. Free shipping applies to most orders over $25.
Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine has been named Regional Buying Center for pre-owned vehicles in Texas. 2,000 vehicles will be purchased, all makes and models. It's easy with buyers on hand writing checks. Classic Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Back here at Clark Stadium as the Southwest Raider Marching Band is on the field doing their halftime routine right now. Your score, the Grapevine Mustangs lead the Southwest Raiders by a score of 30-0. We are bringing the Prosperity Bank halftime show to you. And Jacob Dedamore joined by my broadcast partner, Tim Smith. Tim, as you looked at things in that first half, what were your overall impressions of how things went for the Mustangs?
Well, it's always good karma for the Mustangs and a good way to start the ball game off when you're starting inside the 40-yard line of your opponent the first 2 drives. I thought, of course, everything runs off the run game right, so Colt Mercer comes in and he has some really nice quick passes to start the game off with some runs from Tejada and Parker Polk getting in the mix, so nothing too surprising. We thought coming into the game, Grapevine might be able to have a good shot to have another big scoring game, and so far they're doing that. Of course, the Raiders, they have slowed things down quite a bit, especially when the freshman came in, number 17, Carter. They've slowed their offense down a bit, so Grapevine's not getting the ball as much as they would like, but their defense and special teams are controlling the game for the most part, so look for more of that in the second half, and we'll see if the freshman quarterback for the Raiders can get on track at all. But I look for Grapevine to really open up things, and maybe we'll get to see some of these underclassmen get some more PT tonight.
In the first half, again, it was dominated by Grapevine. They started off. Southwest came out and tried to get a little early momentum by going with an onside kick to start the game. Grapevine was heads up, and they recovered it. Took that 49 yards in for a touchdown. The next possession, Grapevine, after a face mask penalty, allowed them to kick off from the Southwest 45. They did a beautiful pooch kick that hit about the 10-yard, hit in between the 10 and the 15-yard line, and rolled down near the goal line. Unfortunately, Southwest didn't call for a fair catch, and it's because of that they just had to cover it down at the 1, and that's what ended up forcing the safety. And then they took the next possession after Southwest, strangely enough, tried another onside kick and went down and scored, and they just kind of rolled from there. Some of the numbers here at halftime. 216 yards of total offense for Grapevine to 120 for Southwest. The one thing Southwest has done a decent job, I guess you could say, tonight defensively has been slowing down the Grapevine run game. Parker Polk and Caleb Tejada combined have 19 carries for only 68 yards, averaging probably about 3.6, 3.7 yards a carry between the two of them. 3 touchdowns on the ground, but they have slowed down the run game. Where they've gotten hurt has been in the passing game. That's because Colt Mercer and Walker Berryman have combined to throw for 164 yards in the first half. Berryman hit a couple of deep shots, including a 50-yarder to Caden Cook, and then also I believe it was a how far was that pass? About a 22, 23-yard touchdown pass to Sammy Kelly. And then you had Mercer hitting the big screen pass to Caleb Tejada that went for about 50 yards. I guess that was Berryman as well. Hit that through that little screen pass on 3rd and 20 to Caleb Tejada. Mercer went 3 of 3 for 31 yards in the first half. Berryman 4 of 8 for 133, a touchdown, and the 1 interception. On the receiving end, Caden Cook leading the way with 3 catches for 63 yards. Sammy Kelly, a couple of catches for 44 yards, and that touchdown. It's just been rough going offensively for Southwest, especially since the man who started at quarterback, Josiah Jackson, actually was kind of moving the offense somewhat, and then he got hurt on a tackle where he kind of got his ankle rolled up on. So, unfortunately, things just haven't been able to go very well since that happened. And, of course, Cinder Gilbert, as I discussed, was ejected from the game in the second quarter.
Yeah, you lose your starting. You lose who you put in the game to start at quarterback. We thought the freshman was going to start, but you do lose your starting quarterback. You lose your starting tailback. And from what we saw, possibly your best offensive player getting ejected there. So it's going to be a tough road in the second half for the Panther offense, or Raider offense, excuse me.
Yeah, very much so. And it's really going to be kind of tough for them to kind of get things going back here. So we're going to take one final break here on the Prosperity Bank Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff for you. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
With approved credit, find new roads.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio.
Catch Carnes and Coach each Monday at 6:30 p.m. presented by the Kim Assad Realty Team on your home for GCISD live sports broadcasts, Radio.
Grapevine High School football player. I'm also the owner of Brown Chiropractic Center, which has served the Grapevine community for over 35 years. We're across from Quick Trip on the corner of William B. Tate and Ira B. Woods, and we'd love to invite you to come see us. I'm also a proud supporter of the Grapevine High School football team and the Grapevine community. Go Mustangs!
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we love the sounds of the great outdoors. And that's why we make it easier than ever for you to gear up and have fun out there. Order at academy.com and get free shipping or free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Plus, get free assembly on most bikes and grills for all the ways you love to play. Make shopping easy with Academy Sports and Outdoors. Free assembly applies to in-store purchases only. Free shipping applies to most orders over $25.
Both teams are back out on the field as we are just about getting ready to start things here in the third quarter, with the Mustangs leading by a score of 30-0. What will be important, I'm sure, for Coach Alexander will be to have his guys play a strong second half despite the big lead, similar to last week, and also, let's hope that all the extracurriculars have gotten under control.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Alexander, you told the guys in the locker room, hey, let's cut out the 15-yard penalties. Let's finish the game clean. So far, we haven't seen any turnovers from the defense, so you want to try to get some of that going on. But finish the game clean in the second half so you can feel good going into next week.
J.D. Rice lines up to kick it off from the 40-yard line, and we are underway. It's a high kick, a little bit short. Going to get it's going to go through the hands of the return man. It's going to be covered in the end zone, and breaking tackles around the 5-yard line and finally getting brought down is number 25, Martavius Boswell, the sophomore. He kind of tried to catch that up high instead of cradling it, and it went through his hands and bounced back to the goal line. Interestingly enough, it went into the end zone. Again, I think if he had just knelt on it, it would have gone as a touchback because it was a muff.
But he touched it.
I know, but I think a lot of times on kickoffs, I don't know.
I don't know
close,
what the exact rule is on that.
Regardless, he's a sophomore, and he kind of panicked a little bit, looked like, and broke a couple of tackles, but then finally got brought down at about the 4-yard line. So again, a tough start to this half offensively for Southwest, as they're going to be pinned inside their own 5-yard line, just like they were on the first possession of the first half.
Sure is. Unfortunate to get out of the end zone on that return.
The freshman, Raylon Carter, will line up at at quarterback to start this possession. They're going to go empty on first down. Shotgun snap back. He's just going to take a quarterback draw up the middle. And he gets knocked down after, let's see, they're going to mark him at the 6-yard line. So it'll be a 2-yard gain for Carter on first down.
And counting back to the first half, that is their 5th quarterback draw in a row that they have run, the Raiders.
Well, it makes sense, especially with they're going to have to rely on Carter to run the ball a little more, especially with Cedric Gilbert now out of the ball game. And he's a big kid. We've seen him make a couple of nice runs where he just broke tackles and dragged Grapevine defenders behind him. Shotgun snap back. It's going to be a zone read keep this time by Gilbert, going around right end and getting about a couple before Leighton Towery brings him down. Goes down. Actually, it's going to be officially a gain of a yard that time.
Yeah, they come out in the double tight end set, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. They had their running back lined up a receiver who goes into the backfield. Obviously, it was going to be a run. Grapevine relying on their keys and doing a great job up front as usual.
It is Caleb Smith in there at tailback, and they're going to come out again in this 2 tight end set with 2 receivers off to the left side in the formation. Now they line up in a pistol, snap back, handoff to Caleb Smith. And he almost gets through, but the big paw of Josh Logan got a hold of the jersey of Caleb Smith and basically just kept him from getting anywhere. It looked like he was going to get through the hole, but Logan got a hold of the jersey and just held him fast.
When you play this three-man front defense, you have to rely on your nose tackle. And Logan has been showing up all night long, controlling the middle of that defensive line.
Ends up, when it looked like there might be some running room for Smith, he only gets a yard, and that brings on the punt team on 4th and 6 as Jalen Ferguson is on to punt. They bring a man in motion here.
Could be some trickery.
Yep. Oh, snap is dropped by Ferguson, and it's on the ground still, and it's going to be covered. Is it a touchdown? Yes, it is. A touchdown for Grapevine by number 33, Tyler Mears, who got on top of it before it rolled out of the end zone. The snap was a bit low, but Jalen Ferguson, as he bent down to snag it, it just went through his hands and rolled on the ground. He tried to cover it, but couldn't get on top of it and get control of it, and Tyler Mears gets the touchdown.
And you have to wonder, with the motion and the weird setup that they had, were they trying to do a fake play, and did the punter have a little nerves, or was he just thinking about getting the ball off? Right, with the low snap, we don't know because we were not down there. Great play by Grapevine to fall on that. The ball almost got past them.
Yep, would have been the second safety of the night, interestingly enough. But, Mears was able to get on it about 9 yards deep in the end zone. J.D. Rice on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So 9:43 to go here in the third quarter. Grapevine now up 37-0. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Hey folks, it's Dorian Menace, General Sales Manager of Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine, Texas. We know you like things easy. That's why we created the Classic Chevrolet Easy Pass. Save time online and purchase with Easy Pass. It's easy. Find your vehicle, value your trade, set your terms, and even get approved for financing. Relax. Enjoy the difference with the Easy Pass.
Classic Chevrolet.
approved credit. Find new roads.
Hey, North Texas, come on by Bottle Cap Alley in Grapevine. We're newly renovated and now a full-service restaurant. Bottle Cap offers all your favorites like hand-breaded catfish and savory brisket nachos. Or sink your teeth into a juicy certified Angus beef burger. You're sure to find what you like at Bottle Cap Alley. Our hearts are warm and our drinks are cold, so whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you. Bottle Cap Alley on Highway 114 and 26.
The kickoff is away. It's high and deep, and it's going to land a couple of yards deep in the end zone as Hayden Rhodes gets a big foot into that one, so the Raiders will start this next possession on their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, you could see now what the Raiders are doing. They're bringing a guy up. They had him at about the 10, 15-yard line. The return man, the ball goes over his head. Just don't even go back there. Very smart. That ball was laser kicked down the field.
Thank you to Steve Swanson at Whirly Ball for sponsoring this broadcast. Corporate events, team building, and private parties are more fun when you're zipping around in a Whirly Bug, and they have the most affordable laser tag in town as well. 2 locations to serve you, one in Plano and one in Hurst. Visit them online at whirlyball.info for more information. The Raiders with Raylon Carter at quarterback, Caleb Smith at tailback. Snap is back. Handoff to Smith. Gets a little bit of room up the middle. Breaking tackles out past the 30. Still on his feet. Out almost to the 35. Almost gets a first down. That's actually number 20, Malachi Robinson, not 21. So very strong run that time by Robinson. 9-yard gain on first down.
And that's the momentum they're looking for, right? Get a couple first downs and start getting this offense on the move. Good play.
Nice job, just patient running, picking his way, finding little gaps and getting through, breaking a couple of tackles before he was finally driven out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. So 2nd and 1 now for the Raiders. Carter gets the signal from the sidelines. They're going with an empty set here on 2nd down. Snap back, quarterback draw up the middle. First down, and the ball's out. Drew Nelson's going to fall on the fumble. I think it was Leighton Towery who knocked it loose as he came in and made the hit on Raylan Carter. It was going to be a first down as the quarterback draw found enough room to get across the 35, but Towery came in from the side and popped Raylan Carter, and the ball came out when he did.
And I want to be clear, we were not in the locker room at halftime, so we don't know what was said. We assume they talked about getting some turnovers, and they come out and they get 2 right off the bat.
So the Grapevine offense takes over for their first possession of the third quarter at the Southwest 38-yard line. Snap back, handoff to Polk, and he's going to get stoned right at the line of scrimmage. Number 20, Malachi Robinson, playing on both sides of the ball. This time at linebacker, comes up and makes the stick on Parker Polk. They're going to officially actually give him forward progress to the 37 for a gain of a yard, but a great job by Robinson filling the hole. 2nd and 10. Snap back already. Hand off to Polk. This time he finds some room, but gets a nice open field tackle. Looked like Polk was going to have running room that time. Got about 4 yards before he was brought down by number 19, Elijah Miles, the junior defensive back. Looked like he was going to have a lot more run. It ends up being a nice little 4-yard gain, but it looked like Polk had some room out to the left side. And just a great job by the safety coming up making the tackle.
It did look that way. This defense, they are all bunched up on this line of scrimmage.
Hand off to Polk again on 3rd down. He's driving the pile forward, and he's going to get the first down. What a great job by Parker Polk and his lineman who came in behind him and gave him a nice little extra shove. But Polk kept those legs moving and pushed that pile all the way down to the 27-yard line for a first down. He's going to come off the field as his helmet got popped off during the scrum. And checking in at tailback is Reed Watkins, the junior who was brought up last week from JV.
And had a very good game a week ago with 2 touchdowns.
2 receivers to the right, shotgun snap back, play action. Mercer in at quarterback. He fires one towards the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
What a throw.
Play action, beautiful play action fake to Watkins, and Mercer threw a dime to number 17, Sammy Kelly, on the run and in step, hit him in stride, and it's an easy touchdown from 27 yards out.
And his first time really letting the ball go downfield. He's thrown a few hitches and curl routes. Good play action. They've got him up around the line of scrimmage now. The linebackers are blitzing quite a bit. You got 1 safety back there. Just a perfect play call. Great throw by Colt Mercer.
The snap is back for the extra point. The kick is up by J.D. Rice, and it is good. 7:22 to go here in the third. It's 43-0 Grapevine. You're listening to Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
The world of banking is like the world of sports. There are winning teams and losing teams. I bank with Prosperity Bank because it's a winning team. It's a team of real bankers who know how to make loans. And they're interested in making you a loan right now. That's a surefire win-win. Prosperity Bank is the big bank with your community bank inside, where you find real bankers, not just a bank. ProsperityBankUSA.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. This ad is not a commitment to lend.
At First Colleyville, we believe that church is a place where anyone can find connection, purpose, hope, and community. From an engaging kids ministry to a high-energy student ministry, and from compelling weekend experiences to in-depth adult ministry studies, our goal is to lead every generation to know and follow Jesus. If you're looking for a church home, we would love to invite you to check out all we have going on. For service times and directions, visit firstcolleyville.com, and we will see you this weekend.
Kickoff is away. J.D. Rice booting it this time, and it goes over the head of the return man and into the end zone for a touchback. So that means the Raiders will start at their own 25-yard line. That touchdown catch by Sammy Kelly is his second of the ball game, as he caught one from Walker Berryman in the first half from about 22 yards out. This one, a 27-yard strike from Colt Mercer, and Grapevine really has things rolling tonight.
Sammy Kelly's a very tough receiver to cover. He's been on fire this season. 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. Looking forward to seeing him in the next 2 years.
Three receivers, I should say, the trips formation to the right side this time as Southwest starts things off. And now we're going to have a delay of game as the play clock ran out as Raylon Carter was doing a check on the sidelines to see if they wanted to change the play. So back it up 5 yards. Coming out in a kind of a trips formation to the right. They also had the tight end light up as kind of an H-back on that right side as well. So it was an overload setup.
Little trips bunch look here.
Caleb Smith in at tailback on this first down play. 1st and 15 now back at the 20. Staying in that overload to the right. Snap back, and it's going to be a screen pass, and it's through the hands of the receiver. Don't know if that play was going to go anywhere. It looks like Grapevine had beaten the blocking, but the pass went off the hands of Cortez Deere, the wide receiver.
Yeah, you got to catch it before you're going to be able to take off running with it. He tried to run before he caught the ball, but like you say, Grapevine had read it well. Number 6, Cameron Wagner, the 6'1", 160-pound senior DB, was in there very quickly.
2nd down and 15. Quarterback draw this time and just nowhere to go. As Raylon Carter gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for about a loss of a yard. Again, Josh Logan with great penetration in the middle of that defensive line that just basically clogged things up in the middle.
Logan's out there looking like Villa Veda from Tampa Bay. He is just clogging everything up in the middle.
So the loss of a yard sets up a 3rd and long for this Southwest offense. Back at their own 19-yard line. 4 wide receivers set, 2 to each side. Snap back, Carter looking to throw. He's going to fire one over the middle, and it's just over the head of his wide receiver. Coverage was there by Drew Nelson, who came up from his safety spot and was right there on the receiver, Keno Tillman. But the pass was just too tall for Tillman to even have a shot to really pull it in.
You know, it's going to be tough as an offense that hasn't proven that they can throw the ball downfield. Grapevine just stays in a man-2 defense. That means that they're in man underneath with 2 safeties over the top. Everybody covered up, nowhere to go. Without proving that they could throw the ball so far, Grapevine not real scared of the passing game at the moment.
So Southwest in to punt. Jalen Ferguson takes the snap, takes it clean, and gets this punt away this time. Takes a Southwest roll, actually, and rolls into Grapevine territory and is going to die at about the 42-yard line. So that's going to end up being a pretty nice punt of about 39 yards.
Looked like that could have been blocked for a moment. And it looked to me like Grapevine pulled up in the event to not hit the kicker, right?
Very possible.
And because it looked like there was 3 or 4 guys right there when he kicked that ball. Fortunate to get it off. And now we'll see if Grapevine can drive the ball the 57 yards. They haven't shown any issues so far this evening. So
38 yards officially on the punt as they do mark it at the 43. So the Grapevine offense comes back onto the field. Berryman going to take the snaps this time. He's got Reed Watkins in at tailback next to him. Handoff is to Watkins up the middle to the 45 and about the 46 before he is stood up and brought down. It's going to be a gain of 3 this time for Reed Watkins in on the tackle. is number 20, Malachi Robinson.
And something we haven't seen a lot here lately, Parker Polk out at slot receiver.
Yep. They wanted to work him at both spots tonight, Coach Alexander said. Berryman, play action this time, pass over the middle, and is it caught? Yes, it is. Nice sliding grab that time by Parker Polk, who was moved over to his normal slot receiver position. The pass from Berryman was a little behind him, so he went down into a slide and caught it at the 40 of Southwest for a 14-yard gain. Snap back on first down, handoff to Watkins going over the right side, trying to get through but not able to get through the tackle attempt of the Southwest defense, and he's brought down at the 39 for a 1-yard gain. That time looked like on the tackle was number 3, Travis Dykes, the linebacker. 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap back. Berryman, play action. He's going to fire one deep up the sideline, going for it all, and it is off the fingertips of his intended wide receiver that time, number 12, Drew that's Drew Vi.
No, I mean, that's a great throw. That was a dime that he threw down the sideline. It was good coverage. Looked like the ball probably got popped out at the last second, but can't take anything away from the throw. That was absolutely perfect throw down the right sideline.
Drew Vi couldn't quite haul it in. Very good coverage on the play, though, by number 25, Martavius Boswell, the sophomore DB. He was with Vi step for step. 3rd and 9, shotgun snap back. Berryman getting pressured. Dodges a man, now rolls out and fires it, and it's off the fingertips of Sammy Kelly. Pretty good throw considering the situation. Berryman had to dodge an oncoming blitzing linebacker. He got away from that, rolled to his right, and fired a strike on the run. Kelly was in full speed and tried to stretch out and make the grab and just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Berryman showing some real mobility there. There's a guy that comes, it looks like a blitzing linebacker, comes untouched. He makes him miss, steps up in the pocket, fires a bullet. Unfortunately, incomplete.
4th and 9. Grapevine going to go for it at the 39. A little swing pass out to Polk, and he's not going to get there for the first down. Being at the 39, they decide to go ahead and go for it, kind of being in no man's land from a field position standpoint. Looked like they tried kind of like a little clear-out route with Polk running an out behind the outside receiver running a deeper route, but good job defending it by Southwest. And they take him out of bounds at the 35, stopping him on 4th down.
Yeah, just not enough field. He just ran out of field there as the defense came and were able to corral him. It looked like for a second he might get it, but good defensive pursuit.
So the turnover on downs gives the Raiders the ball back at their own 35-yard line with 5:11 to go here in the third quarter. First down, shotgun snap back to Raylan Carter. Makes a man miss, moves around. Now he fires one deep down the middle of the field, and it's just not able to connect. The pass was as Carter was running towards the line of scrimmage after being flushed. He let it fly. The pass kind of faded on him and ended up fading behind his intended wide receiver, Keno Tillman, who tried to turn his body but couldn't get it turned around in a good position to make the catch.
He couldn't. It was a tough adjustment, but I got to tell you, this freshman just threw the ball 50 yards on one leg.
Yep.
I mean, the arm strength is incredible. Now we need to get the accuracy with it.
He's a big athletic kid, and again, he's only a freshman. Shotgun snap back, quarterback draw this time for Carter. He goes up the middle, gets a gain of about 2.5, maybe 3 before he's brought down. They're going to mark him officially at the 38. So gain of 3 yards for Carter sets up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, great job by number 15, Kellup. I cannot say this last name, Meerhofer. There you go. 5'8", 170-pound linebacker who came in and scraped off that play.
3rd and 7. It's a little bubble screen, and the pass is over the head of Keno Tillman. They were trying to swing it out to him and just put too much mustard on that throw, did Carter.
Yeah, it just looked like it sailed over his head. Really strong throw. Sometimes it can be tough as a right-handed quarterback to throw those quick screens out to your right side because you do have to get your whole body turned around. And if you don't get everything correct where it needs to be, your toe pointed, your hips flipped, that's what's going to happen. The ball's going to sail.
By the way, just to get the name right, I believe it's actually Caleb Meyerhofer.
There you go.
Good job by Mr. Meyerhofer on the play before. So 4th and 7. Southwest will bring the punting unit back on. You know, it's interesting. You really can see the skills that Jalen Carter possesses. He's got the physical tools. It's so tough as a freshman coming from middle school to playing varsity football. And so now he's just having to adjust to the game. That's what Coach Franklin told me the other day when I talked to him. Said right now it's just getting him to adjust to the speed of the game. But I'll tell you what, he's got him for 3 more seasons. And if they keep developing him, he could be a real weapon and really help bring the Southwest program along to good heights here over the next few years.
Absolutely. As a true freshman, starting right now with his size and his arm strength, he's only going to get bigger and stronger, and it's just going to take a little bit of time in the film room and on the practice field to really get a hang of this. By next year, I bet he is a force in this district.
Timeout was called on the field on 4th down by Southwest. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today. After the timeout, the punt team is back on for Southwest. Snap is back, and the punt is away from Ferguson. It's a high punt that's caught at the 34 on a fair catch by Parker Polk. Actually, they're going to say the 33 is where he caught that. So, best punt of the night, honestly, from Ferguson as far as getting it off, getting a nice little bit of distance on that. I think officially the yardage on that is going to be about 30 yards. So Grapevine will take over at their own 33-yard line.
Good punt, and again, great special teams coaching on the side of Grapevine, and headsy play by Parker Polk to call that fair catch immediately and to have no risk of fumble, muff, or turnover there.
Parker Polk back in at tailback on this possession with Colt Mercer at QB. Little swing pass out to Sammy Kelly. Makes the catch up around the 35, up to the 40, and steps out of bounds. Tried to tiptoe the sidelines as he was getting around defenders, but stepped out at the 48-yard line. But it's a gain of 15 and a first down.
Nifty little run, wasn't it? It looked like he was about to hit a stride and take off on everybody down the sideline, but just ran out of field.
Give credit to Drew Vi, number 12, the wide receiver, getting a great block out there on the outside. 1st and 10, snap back, handoff to Polk, going over the right side, gets over midfield, and is brought down at about the 49-yard line of Southwest. That'll be a gain of officially 3 yards for Parker Polk, 2nd and 7. And unfortunately, it looks like we have a Southwest player down on the field with an injury. May just be a cramp as he's being helped up by his teammate, so a little slow to get up, and he's going to go ahead and come off the field for at least a play. That's number 3, Travis Dykes. They want him out there for sure.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. C.J. Holmes out of the game tonight. Terrence Ramirez is down here, single side receiver a few times now. I've seen him singled up. I wonder if we might not try to get the ball downfield to him at one of these points. He had run a go route earlier in the game, and it actually beat his man, but the Berryman had gone to the right side. So we're going to see he's down here singled up again.
Mercer into the game at wide receiver, snap back, play action, and that's where Mercer's going with the ball to Terrence Ramirez, and it's just a little bit overthrown. Mercer trying to hit him. He had a step on the defender, but the throw was just a touch too far for Ramirez, the UT Arlington basketball commit, playing football here his senior year. And Coach Alexander said in his pregame interview that kid is starting to really come on after having not played football for a couple of years, and thinks he can really help him down the stretch.
And he was open. I promise that we do not hear what the coaches are talking about for Grapevine.
Snap back to Mercer. He's rolling to his right, looking for somebody to throw to, and now he's just going to tuck it. He's only going to get about a yard before he's brought down by Malachi Robinson, the linebacker. Good coverage that time. We had a trips left formation, and he rolled to the right where there was a single wide receiver, but coverage was there, and he just had to get what he could and only got about a yard. And that makes it 4th and 6.
That was certainly his best option. Everybody was covered up. Nowhere to go with the football.
So a gain of a yard.
Quick kick here?
That's what I'm thinking, is they're probably going to have a quick kick. Officially, it was no gain. They said he only got back to the line of scrimmage. Colt Mercer's about 7 yards back. And no, this is going to be a fake. A swing pass out to Parker Polk, and he's going to get the first down. Mercer was lined up with about a 7-yard drop, which usually says quick kick. But this time, they took the snap and threw it out to Parker Polk on the sideline. He had blocking out in front and got a first down, needed 7, got 8, and they're down at the 42-yard line.
And I like it. I assume that was a player call. I'm going to assume that was his option at the line of scrimmage.
Snap back to Mercer on first down. Hand off to Polk. has a little bit of room up the middle, gets to the 40, maybe about the 39. Only going to be a gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. I'll tell you what, Southwest is still doing a pretty solid job against the run game of Grapevine. And they've gotten hurt in the air, but they're holding Grapevine to about 3.5 yards a carry in this game tonight.
After those first 2 series, they have changed up their defensive philosophy, and they are really bringing the heat.
Swing pass to Parker Polk this time, and he breaks it into the open field and up the sideline, inside the 10, the 5. Is he into the end zone? No, he's down at the 1-yard line. That time they had Polk lined up as the tailback. He immediately rolled out into the flat, and they threw it to him for a screen. The blocks were made. Give credit to Terrence Ramirez here over on the near side for one of those big blocks, and he got running room up the sideline, dragged down inside the 5, thought he might score, but got pulled down at the 1.
Well, we just talked about the gap defense, the fact that they're bringing the heat right. Perfect time to call the screen. Great call by Coach Alexander.
Hand off to Parker Polk this time on 1st down, and he'll punch it in for the touchdown. So Polk gets the score anyway, this time on the 1-yard run, and Grapevine has extended their lead. They're up to, I believe, an even 50 now with the extra point to come.
Yeah, nice little run by Polk. He wasn't going to be denied on that. I like that they give him the ball after he runs him down there on the screenplay. So that's the right thing to do. Your running back gets you down to the 1-yard line, give him the ball again, and let him punch it in.
So J.D. Rice on for the extra point. Snap is down. He hesitates and then boots it after taking a step, but still punches it through. So 1:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's now 51-0 Grapevine. You're listening to Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
Hello, Grapevine High School Mustang football fans. I'm Dr. Kelly Brown, alumni and former Grapevine High School football player. I'm also the owner of Brown Chiropractic Center, which has served the Grapevine community for over 35 years. We're across from Quick Trip on the corner of William B. Tate and Ira E. Woods, and we'd love to invite you to come see us. I'm also a proud supporter of the Grapevine High School football team and the Grapevine community. Go Mustangs!
So Grapevine punches it in for the touchdown. Officially a 57-yard drive. They had converted a 4th down on what I guess technically it's not a fake punt because Mercer was in there at quarterback. We just thought that maybe they were setting up for the quick kick.
Well, so did they, right? The Raiders, they had brought in a return team, and again, I have to believe that was hey, this is your option if they bail out.
Very possible, very possible.
Kick it away.
Hayden Rhodes lines it up, and this one's a high spinning kick. It hits at the 5, but it hasn't gone into the end zone, so you do have to pick it up. Southwest picks it up and gets tackled at about the 1-yard line. Wow. Again, this is one of those things where you have to signal for the fair catch. Even if it doesn't go in the end zone, if you just go back and kneel down on it, it's going to be a touchback. I guarantee you that's something Coach Franklin will be talking with his kids about is what the rules are on fair catches. You can signal fair catch and let it hit, but if it doesn't go in the end zone, you got to get back and kneel on it to get that fair catch signal.
This has been the theme of the game.
Yeah.
Mental mistakes and critical errors on the special teams for the Raiders, and now you're stuck inside your own 2-yard line once again. And they almost let the ball just sit there.
They did.
And somebody was smart to say, hey, this ball is live.
Yep.
Had that happen once when I was playing in a game in Michigan. Our star receiver was returning kicks. The ball goes, it lands in the end zone. He starts walking away from it, and we're all screaming on the sideline, no, don't do that. So kind of a similar situation there.
3rd time in the ball game because of a miscue on the kick return team that the Raiders have had to start inside their own 5. 1st and 10 at the 1. Quarterback run off the left side. Nice job blocking that time by the Raiders as they just sealed off that left side. Carter went over left tackle and got all the way out to the 8-yard line before he was brought down.
He quick snapped that it was so fast that he snapped it. Didn't seem like Grapevine was quite
it seemed
ready.
like Grapevine was a little flat-footed on that play, but good run by Carter to give them some room.
That's what they needed.
Yep. Officially, they mark it at the 9, so it's an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 now. They're going to stay in the empty set, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back. He's just going to take it again up the middle, trying to push the pile forward. It's close to a 1st down.
I'm going to say he got it.
It's going to be very close. They're stopping play, and I think they are going to give it to him. They're going to mark it at the 11. Yep. A whole gaggle of Grapevine defenders in on the tackle that time, as Carter was able to push the pile forward just enough to move the chain. So 1st and 10 as we're at about 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Southwest will need to run a play. Carter gets the signal. Caleb Smith now will move back into his typical tailback spot. Offset to the right side. Snap back. It's going to be a zone read keeper by Carter. Goes around the right side, gets up to about the 15-yard line, 16, maybe 17 where they mark him down. In on the tackle that time for Grapevine was number 30, Blake Burgess, along with number 38, Caleb Miles. And that's going to do it for us here in the third quarter after a gain of 7. 51-0 Grapevine. We go to the fourth. It is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we love the sounds of the great outdoors. And that's why we make it easier than ever for you to gear up and have fun out there. Order at academy.com and get free shipping or free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Plus, get free assembly on most bikes and grills for all the ways you love to play. Make shopping easy with Academy Sports and Outdoors. Free assembly applies to in-store purchases only. Free shipping applies to most orders over $25.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Snap is back. It's going to be a keeper again by Carter going around the left side. He gets across the 20 to about the 21, maybe the 22. Looked like it was a bit of a zone read handoff, but the running back wasn't really looking to take it. But the running back, Smith, just went out and blocked, and it looks like they got the first down. Gain of 4 on 3rd and 3.
So here we go with the play. We've got a little bit of a spread look now.
Yep, they're going with a 4-wide set, 2 to each side. Smith in the backfield, 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 22-yard line. Snap is back to Carter. He's looking to throw. He's going to swing it out, and the pass is caught right on the sideline. Nice job fighting off the defender. Number 8, the tight end, R.J. Francis, just used his body and held Henry Esses off. Esses was right there as he's in at linebacker on this series. He was right there, but Smith was able to just kind of box him out and make the catch.
It was. That was a really nice play by Smith, the receiver, to make that catch, I'll tell you. Because what I'm looking at is from the freshman Carter, he's holding the ball down by his hip, right? And it takes him a long time to get it up to his shoulder and throw. Almost ran out of room because of the long release.
5-yard gain, 2nd down, a little swing pass out to the running back Smith. He makes the catch up to the 30, 35, and gets brought down out at about the 38-yard line. Nice little easy swing pass to the tailback. That time it was Malachi Robinson, number 20, who had checked in, and he has a nice gain out to the 38, 11 yards, and a first down.
Yeah, just get them spread out, throw the little swing, let your running back. It's basically an extension of the run game.
Yep, definitely. And you notice on this possession they're doing, with Carter, the freshman, in there, at least this time around, a little easier throws for him, seeing if he can just kind of maybe get a little rhythm going.
Yes.
1st and 10, snap back. Handoff this time to Robinson. He finds a little room over the 40-yard line out to about the 42 before he's brought down. Henry Esses in on the tackle along with number 13, Meshach Ngoy, as Malachi Robinson has a nice gain, ends up being a 5-yard carry out to the 43, 2nd and 5.
You know, the Raiders here right now, what they're trying to do is get some sort of continuity with their offense and do something that's going to carry them into next week.
Shotgun snap back to Gilbert. He rolls to his left, and he fires it over the middle, and it's intercepted at midfield by Meshach Ngoy. The pass by Carter was behind the wide receiver, and Ngoy was there to pick it off. He returns it down to the southwest 41-yard line. The pass was intended for the senior wide receiver, Devontae McDonald.
Yeah, Carter rolls left. He never quite got those hips turned as a righty. You've got to get those hips flipped all the way around. He tries to throw the ball off his back foot. It sails on him, much like the screen earlier. intercepted. That's 3 turnovers in this second half, right? So we knew that was going to be an emphasis coming out in halftime because Grapevine has been so good at getting the ball back. They didn't get a lot of turnovers, no turnovers, in fact, in the first half. 3 in this second half, really controlling the game from a defensive perspective.
Recovered the fumbled snap on the punt to start the first possession of the third quarter. Got a fumble against Carter and now a pick against Carter. Snap back, handoff, ball's on the turf, and there's a scramble for it, and I think Southwest got it.
Nice.
Let's see. Nope, Mustangs were able to recover it, and I wonder if it was Watkins, the running back, who covered his own fumble. Reed Watkins took the handoff, was trying to go to the right side. As he got hit, the ball got popped loose, and I think maybe he recovered his own fumble there.
He certainly did. It got pushed out, and he immediately turned and jumped on it just before the Raiders could get there.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Evan Baum, by the way, number 9, in at quarterback now for the Mustangs. He'll take the shotgun snap, handoff to Watkins. Gets stood up right as he crosses the line of scrimmage at the 41. Going to be a gain of about 2 yards as Watkins just got stoned by Travis Dykes, the linebacker who's back after being injured for a couple of plays.
I've been really impressed with this run defense tonight.
Very much so.
They've really gone to a gap defense control. They're bringing at least one linebacker almost every play now religiously from the strong side, and they're playing their areas very, very well.
Cameron Moab checked in at that tight end H-back spot. Snap back, Baum goes play action, fires one deep down the sideline, but it's going to be almost intercepted, but fell incomplete that time as he was trying to hit a deep route up the sideline. He was trying to hit Terrence Ramirez, number 28, but the pass was just underthrown, and luckily for Baum, it went through the hands of number 25, Martavius Boswell.
Yeah, and Baum, he's on the right hash. He tries to throw a 30-yard ball across the field. That's almost 60 yards in the air.
You really got to get into that throw.
Yeah, that's a tough throw to make and should have been intercepted. Not sure if it got lost in the lights perhaps as it hung up there, but that's a tough throw to make.
And now that the the Mustangs are going to punt as Mercer does quick kick this one, and it rolls inside the 15 and then dies at the 5-yard line as it goes out of bounds at officially the 6. So nice quick kick that time by Colt Mercer as he was in the ball game, and this time he actually did kick it.
He did. And
it was the same drop as the play before. He was about 7 yards dropped in the shotgun, and this time he punted it, got a nice roll down to the 6. It's going to end up being, a 35-yard punt.
And he's been effective at that all season.
Yeah.
This special teams for Grapevine may be the difference for them as they get towards the end of the season into the playoffs, because for me, that's the unit that has been on point every single week regardless. 1st and 10
for the Raiders at their own 6. Snap back, handoff over the left side this time, out past the 10 as Caleb Smith gets tripped up at about the 12-yard line, a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Caleb Smith. Going to be tough. They're taking their time, but they're seeing if they can't get something going. I'm sure for the Raiders, nothing better than to maybe get a touchdown drive here to go into next week. And Grapevine, they want to keep the goose egg on the
board. Yeah, that defense, you got the second-team defense in there now with the second-string defense, and they've just forced a turnover on the last possession. But, definitely like they did last week against Poly, Coach Alexander wanting to see some quality reps from his number 2. Snap back to Carter. He's going to take it up the middle with a quarterback draw, pushing that big body forward out over to the 15. Let's see if he gets the first down. It's very close, and they are going to give him the first down with a 4-yard carry by Raylon Carter.
I think that was an option. I'm looking at wide receiver number 5, Cortez Deere, down here on the short side. He looked like he was going to throw the little screen and then takes off running. So at the end, he made the right decision to get the first down.
Austin Turner checks in at one defensive end spot. Number 70, he's number 44. Number 70, Christian Gallardo in at the nose tackle right now. Tristan Sneed playing the other defensive end spot, number 48. Snap back, handoff to Smith up the middle. Nowhere to go. Henry Esses along with number 32, Michael Northup, the 2 linebackers, crack Smith, the linebacker, right at the line of scrimmage.
Tristan Sneed, number 48, was there as well. Nice little play by that defense. They're not just going to let you run on them, that's for sure.
Gain of a yard makes it 2nd and 9.
Leading the way on the defensive stop. No gain on play. 2nd and 10.
This time they're going to go with a trips right formation with the tight end lined up as an H-back on the left side. Snap back is low, but it's picked up by Carter. He's just going to take it, breaks tackles, getting to about the 20, but that's it before he's finally gang tackled by Meshach and Goy, as well as number 38, Caleb Miles.
Too much pursuit. Just too much.
That play was designed to go to the right, and Carter tried to cut it back to the left side. Found a little bit of room, gain of 3, but that was it.
3rd and 6.
So 3rd and 6 now, and
they've got an offensive line with no shoe, number 64.
Oh, so okay, I saw the referees stopping the clock, and that's why. This is got a kid with no shoes.
So he'll have to come out. 61, Bill Gomez will come in.
Yep, 64.
The senior
Owen,
offensive lineman.
64, Owen Pritchard was the player for Southwest that had to check out to get his shoe back on.
He's had a rough night. He took his helmet off earlier, had to sit out for a little while, and now he loses his shoe.
So here on 3rd and 6 from the 20, shotgun snap back to Carter. He's looking to throw, gets pressured, steps up, and he fires one deep, has a man open, and it's just over the outstretched fingertips of Keno Tillman. Tillman was coming on across the field on a deep post route and had a step on the defender, number 20, Jackson Yarbrough, but the pass was just a touch too tall.
Well, he'll understand this. As a freshman, he's just throwing the ball right now. He'll understand the pass like that. When you've got the defense beat, you just got to put a little air on the ball, let your receiver run under it. He's got some learning to do, but
yes, he does.
He's going to get there. He's definitely going to get there.
So that'll bring the punt team on for Southwest. As once again, number 35, Jalen Ferguson is on to punt. Gets this one away. It's kind of an end-over-end kick. Hits near midfield and starts to roll into Grapevine territory where it will die at the 45-yard line. So a 35-yard punt. We'll take a break. 3:43 to go here. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
This is Josh Brown, owner of Cryo Nation in Grapevine and official cryotherapy provider for our Mustangs. Are you dealing with pain, soreness, or inflammation? Do you want to recover faster? Are you trying to lose weight, tighten, tone, firm the skin? Do you want to sleep better and have more energy? Then you need cryotherapy. In just 3 minutes of cryotherapy, you can accomplish all this and more. Recover faster, look incredible, live your best life. Try cryotherapy today at Cryo Nation in Grapevine for only $15.
On first down, handoff to Reed Watkins up the middle. Not much room to run for him. Evan Baum still in at quarterback. He only gets about a yard before he stood up. Makes it 2nd and 9.
The clock is running now. It hasn't stopped, so Grapevine, I'm sure, does not want to give the ball back. They want to make sure they can preserve that 0 on the scoreboard.
Snap back, handoff again to Watkins. He goes over right tackle, kind of runs through a tackle attempt, and gets brought down at the 49 after a gain of 3. Nice job that time by Malachi Robinson to hang on after Reed Watkins kind of tried to run him over, and he didn't let go and brought him down. 3rd and 6 now for Grapevine at their own 49-yard line. 2:20 to go here in the ball game.
Got single coverage at the top there.
Shotgun snap back. Baum is looking to throw. He fires it out. It is caught inside the 40, inside the 35, and a first down as the catch was made by Terrence Ramirez running a deep slant. You called it. He had single coverage up at the top, ran a kind of a deep slant route. Perfect throw by Baum, and the first down is made a catch and run of 18 yards.
Love seeing the young quarterback come in and sling some completions.
Handoff to Reed Watkins on first down. He's going to get about a yard here to make it 2nd and 9, but Grapevine now is going to be able to just run out this clock and pick up this big win tonight to keep them at an undefeated record in district play. They're going to move to 3-0. Minute 30 to go. Shotgun formation, snap back, handoff again to Watkins up the middle in the 30, breaking a tackle, getting to about the 26-yard line. Nice run there by Watkins that time. Strong run. Gets down to the 26. That's going to be a gain of 5 to set up a gain of 6, I should say. Set up a 3rd and 3.
Watkins has been nothing short of impressive since coming up to varsity last week and just continuing that momentum this week.
3rd down, snap back to Baum, handoff to Watkins, and he's going to dive forward for the first down. Looked like he might started to get tripped up as he got to the line of scrimmage, kept his feet, and dove across the line to gain to move the sticks. And one more snap, and Grapevine will be able to put this one away.
He certainly got tripped up. He landed on his hand and springboarded from his hand for another few yards. There's not even a button in that for Madden. That was a heck of a play.
So one more snap to run for Grapevine. Snap is back, handoff. No, it's a pass by Watkins, and it's an interception. Or no, it was dropped. Should have been a pick. Flag is down. I tell you what, again, the second time in this quarter, Martavius Boswell has had a chance at a pick. He jumped the slant route that time and should have had an interception, but it went through his hands.
He made a tremendous play from the cornerback position, read it all the way, kind of set him up for it, and then let the ball hit his belly and get to the ground.
Flag is down on the play, and I'm thinking this is against Grapevine, and it's a hold. So, yeah, Boswell, unfortunately, that's, man.
You know what
that's
that
second,
is, right?
That's eyes getting too big because he's thinking pick six.
Well, I'm talking about the flag. The
the
flag
flag
is you threw the ball with 20 seconds left. There's a hold. Trust me.
And the clock is running, and after that play, and the Mustangs will not have to snap the ball again. So they are going to salt this one away. They are going to move to 3-0 in district play, and at the very least be tied atop the district standings as they head into their game next week on Thursday night against the Northside Steers. Your final score tonight here from Clark Stadium in Southeast Fort Worth: the Grapevine Mustangs 51, the Southwest Raiders nothing. We'll be back here in just a moment. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the post-game show for you. It is the Energy Attic post-game show. You're listening to Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Classic Chevrolet on Champion Sports Radio.
This broadcast is under the